going? What's going on? How's it hanging? How's everyone doing? Yesterday was... Thought it was an ad? No, that's like the little like countdown thing that I have at the beginning of my live. No, there is no ads. I mean, yes, there are ads if you aren't subscribed, but the thing that I just played was not an ad. Oh my god, someone is coughing so loud. But anyways, I was just watching the Jeffrey Dahmer series. I didn't think I would get like so invested in it, but like it's just really interesting. I don't know. I'm making sure my story's posted before I start talking, and then yeah, there we go. We're good to go. Sorry. But that's like what I've been doing all day is watching that, and whenever I was editing, I was watching it as well. Hold on, I'm scooting back a bit. And my mom apparently like heard it on the radio, like heard this like lady talking about it, and she told the entire fucking story, and I was like whenever I said to my mom, oh, I'm at this one part, like this is happening right now, and she was like, oh. And, like, she gave me a look like she knew something that happened. And I was like, girl, what the hell? Like, and the reason why I mentioned the Jeffrey Dahmer series right off the bat is because I was literally watching it up until the countdown was, like, done. As soon as I unmuted the mic, I paused it because I'm almost done with it. It's only 10 episodes. So it's a pretty... I wouldn't say it's an easy watch for the time frame it is, but not like for how heavy a lot of the stuff is. I had to pause a lot and be like, okay, like this is a bit crazy. But I also saw, which I didn't even know, but they have docuseries. Like, I just cannot fall into this rabbit hole. I just cannot fall into the rabbit hole of watching all these, like, true crime documentaries. Like, it's interesting, but it's also it's just, like, so, like, sad. And it's just, like, but, yeah, but... People coughing. But anyway, so I went to the gym today. It was finally open for the first time in almost a week, but not a week exactly. I woke up this morning and I checked the website and it said, sorry, we're closed. And I was like, damn, like they're really still closed. And I was like, oh, like maybe I manifested it, you know what I mean? Like, damn, like maybe I did that. And then I was like, no. There's no way that I did that. So then I called because I was like, there's no way the power's still out. And then I called, and then this lady picked up, and I was like, oh, my God. I thought that, like, I was like, bro. I was like, my plan in my head was, like, I would just hang up. Like, if someone answers, there's my answer. But, like, she had, like, this whole introduction, and I just felt so bad. And I was just like, hi, like, I was just trying to make sure that you guys are still open. I said... Or, like, that you guys are open after the storm and all that. I said something, like, and all that stuff. Like, it was something, like, I could have just said, hi, I was calling to see if you guys still had power or whatever. But, she was like, yeah, we opened yesterday and we resume normal hours today. And I was like, okay. The fact that she had to tell me that they were open yesterday, I was like, girl, that made me feel like I should have been here working out. You know what I mean? You're making me feel a little bit bad doing that. Hold on. I'm going to set up the music so I can play that while we're just sitting here chatting. I just need to... Okay, never mind. I'm just making sure an ad doesn't play. Yesterday, like mid gingerbread house making or chocolate cookie house making, an ad just started playing. So, and I think that just started happening again. So that's great. Bro, why is there so many freaking ads on this thing? Relax. I definitely need to get YouTube Premium, but I don't know how loud it needs to be. I don't know how loud is good, so let me know if it's too loud or if it's too quiet, because I don't know. I can't really tell how it sounds on everyone else's end, so hopefully it's fine. But so we still have the house from yesterday, and my mom was like, we can glue it back together, and I was like, girl, I feel like there's no way we're gonna be able to glue it. Like, it's like the points. So if you weren't here yesterday whenever I was building the house, I'll be posting clips. I was saving clips earlier today, but oh my gosh! And also the VOD is still up if you want to watch it. But it was literally just it was insane. I just could not I just don't know. So she wants to be able to glue it back together. Not wants to, but like she was like, you don't want to save it, and I was like, girl, I was planning on just throwing it out. So I think I need to decorate. I mean, I don't know. If we like glue, I guess we're gonna glue the two sides together that like snapped in half. So basically, there was like the front of the house that's like the nice decorative stuff, which my hands are still. I mean, I don't know if you can kind of tell, but they're like still sort of stained. I don't know, but. So like there's the front of the house and then the back of the house, which are like the bigger pieces on the gingerbread house, and then the inside that's like the thinner part, like probably like the size of my hand. Both of them snapped in half, just snapped. So that was great. And I just basically had to decorate it. I couldn't even build it at that point. So, yeah, my mom said we can get the glue gun out and do that. We just haven't done that because she was barely home today, and I was editing and all that stuff. But it was so weird being back at the gym today. Like, I don't know. Today just felt so weird. And I am going to be so sore tomorrow. I can just tell. I just know that I'm going to be. But I was trying to stretch afterwards, making sure I was stretching, you know what I mean? Like, getting those... I don't know, just getting that in. And then whenever I came home, my parents came home at around a similar time, and then they were like, hey, or my mom was like, did you go to the gym? And I was like, girl, what? Or she said, was the gym open? I said, girl, look at me, because I was still in my gym fit and my, what's it called? I forget what it's called. Oh, ponytail. I saw a ponytail and my hair was all messy. And then my dad was like, how are we supposed to know that you went to the gym? And I was like, bro, because of my outfit. And I looked like I just worked out. And he was like, you never look sweaty after you work out. And I was like, that was a little bit annoying. I was like, bro, because I'm stretching and all that shit. And like cooling down on the drive. Like, bro, I'm not like, I don't know. I need to buy like one of those like rags to like wipe yourself down with whenever you work out though, because I use the paper towels there like to wipe on my face, and I just feel so like, I don't know, it just cannot be good for my skin. Like I feel like if I do have any breakouts ever, it's probably because of the paper towels that I'm just wiping on my face at the gym. So that's definitely just not good at all. But so I planned today that we're gonna tell scary stories. I don't know. I have like a few sort of scary-ish stories. Like, I don't know. I've never really had any like paranormal experiences or anything like that. Like, I don't think I've ever, I mean, besides like playing with a Ouija board, but is that considered like an experience like that? Like, I don't really know, because I think that like I always know people, or like anytime I hear stories, it's more so like, oh, they saw this, or like they felt this presence or whatever. And like Ouija boards, like I just don't know how I feel about them. Like I don't know if they're real or if they're not. Like I don't know if I don't know, because like you ever hear stuff that's like, oh, I don't think that there's always someone controlling it. I think that there's people could be controlling it subconsciously, but I mean, obviously, like, if you do play it with someone that is pushing it, that's a possibility, but I don't think that's, like, always the answer. Like, I feel like everyone could be playing it, and then someone could be pushing it subconsciously, but it's whether or not, like, if I'm sure about that. I don't know. Like, I feel like you could be talking to someone, and the thing that's just so crazy, though, is there's literally no way that you'd be able to tell if it actually, like, how it actually works. You know what I mean? Because, like, if you just get a group of friends together and you're like, guys, we're going to play the Ouija board, everyone dead ass, don't move it. You don't know, like, someone is, like, bound to just lie. You know what I mean? Like, you just don't know. You just never know what's going to happen, you know? So that's just not the best. That's just not the best of it. And it's kind of annoying because I like the fun in it. I like whenever I play it and then, like, it tells me answers and stuff like that. But I feel like anytime that I've played it, I've gotten answers that I've wanted. I don't know, though. Or, what is that noise? Is a dog scratching at my door, or what is going on right now? Anyways, Socks is in here. I don't know where Socks was yesterday whenever I was building the gingerbread house, because I know for a fact that she was in here whenever I closed the door to go live. And then someone had mentioned that she was going to just run away and, like, hit the table, and then everything was going to fall over, which I'm surprised that did not happen. But, it was just, I just didn't know where she was yesterday. Now she's in here, though. She's chilling with me. I think she likes whenever I pet her ears. I don't know if that's, like, I don't know. I just never expected her to like whenever I pet, like, just the way the cat's ears sit up. Also, are there any dogs out there that ears naturally point up? That's just random, I'm sorry. But, like, you know, like, I will see TikToks where a dog has, like, pointed up ears, and people are like, oh, like, that's such a shame. You know what I mean? Like, because they get, like, stapled up or, like, pinned up, whatever. And people are like, that's so sad because it, like, hurts them. But I don't know. Apparently there's some, like, benefit, like, health benefits for the dog doing it. I don't know. I am not a professional in that. I don't know anything about any of that stuff. I just know the comments that I see. But anyways, are there any dogs? So the thing that's weird that I'm about to say is cats, all the cats almost have pointing up ears. You don't see any cats with, like, ears like dogs have. You know what I mean? How is that, like, how are they such similar, like, they're such similar yet opposite animals? You know what I mean? That's just really weird to me. I don't know, that, like, have you ever seen a cat with, like, a flop down ear? Like, I just feel like I've never made that connection that only cats have those type of ears and only dogs have those type of ears. Like, opposite ears. I don't know. Sorry, I was talking about Ouija board, now we're here. But, so, I don't know why I'm just going to keep, like, I'm going to sort of just talk about the Ouija board because like I said, I don't have that many crazy paranormal experiences. But, like, I went to my friend's house in, when was it? It's like 10th grade, 9th grade-ish. And my friend's like, or no. And we were just, like, talking about Ouija boards. Like, we were like, oh, like, that'd be really cool. And, like, I think, like, I don't know if my friends had made one before. I was never involved whenever they had made one because we were just kind of, like, talking about it. Got the pointy ears. But do they naturally? I feel like, or, yeah, I guess so. Because I feel like I've seen some German Shepherds where it's, like, folded down, like, the flop ears. But also, I feel like I've seen a lot with naturally pointy ears. Let me just look up dogs with naturally pointy ears. I feel like that's just the best. Dogs with naturally pointy ears. What if it's like none? There's nothing. Oh, there's 12 adorable dog breeds, and there's German Shepherds. Corgis. Okay, so I didn't realize that. Okay, but is there cats with floppy ears? Okay, there's actually a lot. Chihuahua. But I feel like I've seen some of these with floppy ears. Cats with floppy ears. Floppy ears. Ah! Oh, these are all like memes. So there's just no real cat ear flop photos. That's just look. Scottish fold breed of cat is very popular pet in the USA due to its affectionate and gentle nature. Have flattened ears that fall forward and downward, sitting like a cat. Scottish fold? Why doesn't it just... Okay, let me just look up Scottish fold breed. Oh, I don't think I've seen... Oh. They're the cats that have, like, the round faces, like, the really round face. I just have never seen this cat before. I don't know why it's saying it's popular. Anyways, Scottish folds. But they're massive inbred? What? Why would they do that? Ew. Why would they do that? Wait, inbred? What is, wait, inbred? Wait, are you talking, like, wait. I think I'm thinking about, wait, what? I'm so confused. I'm just looking up these cats now. I've never seen these cats before. They have, like, such tiny ears, though. Wait, does inbred mean, like, it's, like, fucked up? I'm so confused. They look like scared. Oh, that's so crazy. So, like, cats can never, I guess, like, have, like, the actual sort of foldy ears that dogs have, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. Develops. Wait. The Scottish Fold develops arthritis so reliably that it is being used as a model to study the gene involved in human arthritis. With weird ears. Oh. So they just inbred it a bunch of times. Oh my gosh. That is... If that's true, that's crazy that people do stuff. Like, what? I don't know. I mean, I guess, like, if you really think about it, like, that is truly how, like, a lot of, not a lot of, but I feel like, yeah, like, if there's only one set of a species, but it's just, like literally one thing, but it's just, like, that's a bit weird. That's a bit weird. Socks is just, I don't know, I feel like people always know what breed their dogs are, but I don't think anyone ever knows what breed their cat is. Hold on, let's show Socks, and maybe somehow someone will know what she is. She looks like an average cat. My one friend, she would, like, claim to be a cat professional whenever I was younger, whenever I first found her. And she told me she was, I don't know, one of the basic cat ones. And I was like, girl, just stop. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy and definitely not, like, okay. Here's Socks. She is a fun, loving kitty cat. She just doesn't like the camera. She's shy. Aw, she's looking at herself. Oh, I got cat hair all over me now. Great. No, but she literally is just a plain, like, she's just, like, I feel like an average looking cat. Like, she's, like, a default looking cat, I think. Thank you. Her name's Socks. It's S-O-X, because I was, like, because it looks like she has little socks on her. I found her whenever I was in, like, 4th grade, I think. We literally, like, found her on the outside of the house we were living in, and my dad was like, if you can catch it, you can keep it, thinking we wouldn't catch it, and it was raining, and me and my mom went and got our gardening gloves, and we were, like, digging around in the trees for her because we heard her meowing, and she's my first pet. Actually, no, she was my first pet. I had hamsters before her. Yeah, and I was, like, trying to be cool because my friend had a cat named Mittens, and, like, that was, like, you know, like, any book you read or, like, anything like that, like, like, everything's named Mittens. So I was like, okay, I'm going to name her Socks because it looked like she has socks on. And then I just did S-O-X. I just don't know why. But it's cute. I know, and then so my parents had never had a cat before, like they just were never really cat people, and I what's it called? So whenever we got her, we were like we don't know what to do, and I'm like in fucking like 4th grade. I don't know how to take care of a cat. All I know is like what I read in like children's books at that point, like. So, like, I was like, oh, let's give it milk and all that stuff, and we were like, well, yeah, that's all we know. So, like, we tried to give it milk. We tried to give her milk, and, like, I don't know if she drank it. I think she just started drinking water immediately, I feel like, because we were, like, she wasn't drinking the milk, so we were like, okay, water, and then she was drinking the water. But then we took her to, like, a local pet store, and we were like, and my mom literally has her wrapped up in a towel, and she was like, we found this, and I'm like, she's saying this as if it's like some fucking like rodent or something. And then the person was like, and saw it was a cat, and she's like, oh. And we're like, how, like, do you think you know anything about her? Like, what do we, or like, you know, can you tell us anything? And how do we, like, what should we do? Like, if we want to keep it as a pet. And because we didn't know if she was too young, you know what I mean? And they were like, no, like, she does look like she is about like 6 weeks old. So, like, she is, like, fine. But I don't know. We don't know how she got separated. There was always, like, a bunch of random cats around our house. Just, like, stray cats. But we would usually see the same ones, like, quite consistently. Like, there were these other two, which I ended up capturing. But there was, like, some we would see often. And we never have seen any that looked like her. We've never seen her. Like, the time that we saw her was whenever we got her. But there was these two little kittens, and one was brown and one was orange, I think. No, one was brown and one was black. And, like, it was, like, white and black and white and brown, sort of. Sorry, there's, like, a cut on my finger, and I'm trying to, like, take the skin off so it doesn't, like, cut more, if that makes sense. Like, the hanging skin, I don't know. But then there's always going to be, okay, whatever. So there's these two cats, and we see them there all the time. And then, like, I had, like, some sort of name for them. I don't know what the names were, but they were very, very, like, small, just, like, round, fluffy cats. Like, you could tell Socks, like, yeah, she's soft-looking and fluffy-looking, but I'm saying, like, a fluffy cat. You know what I mean? Like, there's, like, long hair and short hair, basically. And they were, like, long hair cats. They were just so adorable, and they were always together, like, always together. So, and I was just so destined, because I wanted another cat, you know, because, you know, whenever you're a kid and you get one pet, you just want, like, every other pet after that. So I'm like, I want another cat, and, like, since, like, in my mind, I was like, I got them to let us keep this one cat, let's try and get another one, or finesse another one. But in this case, I was like, I can't have one and not the other because of, like, how attached they were. So I was like, oh my God, we're going to have 3 cats. Like, I fully thought this. So one day, my mom's doing yard work outside. And I just don't know what, like, or, like, really where she was or anything that, like, how I was just somehow getting away with this. So we had, like, a back sliding door, like a screen door, and it led to, like, our backyard where all the cats were. And then I see the cats out there. So then I take my cat's food bowl, and we would always leave food and water out for the cats because most of them were kittens, and most of them were, like, just consistently coming back no matter what. So, like, we're like, okay, like, let's help them out a bit. So I take her food bowl, and I put it, like, right, like, so the screen, like, right in front of the screen door in the house. So, like, the cat had to come inside to get the food, you know? Socks was always hiding, and she still always has. I don't know why. She's just naturally, like, hiding and sleeping during the day. So, we then, so the cat then was just kind of, like, hanging out. One of them, though. I don't know where the other one was. I think the other one was staying back. But it was, like, kind of lingering around. Like, I could just tell it was, like, trying to come up. So, like, I think I was slowly, like, setting the food outside. And then if it ate it a bit, then I moved it a bit closer. And then somehow, like, moved it inside. I did something like that. And I remember, like, running from my front door to my back door, like, continuously. Because I couldn't go out my back door because that's where the cat was supposed to come in. And I didn't want to scare it. So, like, I was, like, running back and forth, like, checking on it. And then I, like, see it come in the house. And it's eating the food, and I was like, oh my God. So then I run around to the back door, and then I shut the door, and then I immediately run around to the other side so I can go, like, greet the cat. Greet the new cat that I am welcoming to the family. And then I walk in, and then as soon as she's, like, starting to eat, Socks immediately sees her and then starts hissing and attacking. And I was like, oh! And then, like, my mom, I think my mom might have been in the basement or something. Like, my mom, I was like, Mom. And she's like, what? And then, like, she hears, like, a cat fight, literally. And I was like, oh, my God. And, like, I was, like, not getting involved. And so, like, she hands me Socks and was like, take her, go. And I, like, had to take Socks down in the basement. So, like, I, like, that no one got to hurt. And then we opened the back door, so then we let the other cat out. And my mom was like, why were you doing that? And I was like, I'm trying to catch another cat. I was trying to get another cat. And I can't believe that it literally worked. That's a very, very spooky story. I know, I just got on the tangent about cats. I'm sorry. And I know that it's off topic. I was talking about Ouija boards, but then I asked a random question because I was petting my cat's ears. And then we started talking about cats. But it is kind of spooky because there was a cat fight, and I was very scared as, like, a 5th grader. So, yeah. And then it looked like there was, like, something wrong with the one cat. Like, I feel like its face looked, like, sort of pink, or, like, the eye seemed sort of pink. But, like, something, like there was something that was like wrong with the cat. And then we're like, oh, that's sad. And then the one disappeared, and then it was just like, and we only saw the other one a few more times, like 3 more times. And then that disappeared. That's spooky. That's like sad. Because one probably died, and then the other one probably died of like heartbreak or like not being able to survive alone. That's what's truly scary. Sorry. Not sorry. But back to spooky stories. I was talking about Ouija boards because I was going to say that I got my first and only Ouija board from my mom for Christmas one year. I think I was in 10th grade. I think for Christmas I got a Ouija board. 9th grade maybe? I don't know. But it's just very interesting. I think it might have been 9th grade. Or 8th grade even. I don't know, but it was very interesting getting a Ouija board for Christmas because me and my friends were just like talking about it. Like I think like the movie Ouija had just come out or like something like just something about it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Me and my friends were talking about it and we were always at like my house. So we so my mom had just like overheard us talking about it. I will say I'm not very superstitious with stuff that's like very nice gift, Mom. Right, and I said that to her. I was like, Mom. I was like, what? I was like, I appreciate this, but what? And she was like, you and your friends always talk about it. Now you guys can play. And I was like, but we did play. We did play it. And like we would like ask it questions and we would have like a designated person to take notes on what the Ouija board said. Hey, can't swim. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? How's it hanging? But what was I going to say? Oh, the thing that I do, the only superstitious thing that I feel weird about doing is walking under a ladder. Like, I get, like, a really, like, weird, like, gut, like, I just get this, like, weird thing, like whenever I walk under a ladder, and I don't know why. I don't think I ever have, like, when I've been, I guess, given the opportunity. I don't know if that's the right word, but, Charlie, I forgot about that. I fully forgot about that. When was that? 9th grade? Me saying just grades. Was that 2016? That's giving very 2016. It had to have been 2016. It is Halloween now. Woo! Yes, I built my house yesterday, Icon. I built it yesterday. It's on YouTube and Twitch. If you guys did not get the chance to see it or see all of it, it's still uploaded. So, if you want to go watch some of it, it's there. It's there for you. I'm pulling my iPad closer because I need it to be closer, or I guess I would like it to be. So I hope you enjoy my shirt while I stand here. And, okay, there we go. I don't have a costume right now. I'm like getting a costume together. I need to order some stuff. I definitely need to order stuff soon if I want to get anything. So I'm like I always push off ordering stuff for Halloween costumes. It's like bad. It's like not good. I don't know why, and it's like not a flex to say that I put stuff like that off. I already know what I'm going to be, and I'm not spoiling it, but I will give you a hint. It's a duo costume with Juliana, and also I have another duo partner. There's 2 duo partners that I'm associated with, but you have to think about it. Went to the graveyard of the Spooky Boys. I missed that. Sorry, I'm pulling my iPad closer. I loved the Spooky Boys. I'll be really honest. Out of all the YouTuber cancellations, Shane Dawson's was very Like, I just really enjoyed his videos. I really, really liked his videos whenever I was growing up. Though he was like one of the main YouTubers I watched in like middle school-ish, like maybe like 8th grade on, and then throughout high school. I like have his palette and I had his merch. I gave one of the hoodies I had of his to Lola because she just liked the pig design, so she took it. Midnight Man, that sounds very familiar. I forget. They like always did a bunch of the challenges and stuff like that. And I feel like after now, I don't know for what reason, why Garrett and Drew, if you guys didn't watch Shane Dawson's like videos, these names might just sound like a bunch of random shit. But I don't know why Garrett and Drew stopped hanging out with them. With like Shane, Rylan, Morgan, and all them. But and Drew and Andrew. I think Drew and Garrett, I think Drew left first, and then Garrett, and then Andrew. And now I just wonder why, like what had happened. Now I know Andrew and Garrett have a podcast together, and I love them. I don't watch it consistently, but I do love them. Yeah, it was just like he was just making, which is funny, weird. Yeah, like he was just like the awkward, like weird, like I don't know. It was funny. And then like, and Garrett was just like, he was so iconic. I love Garrett. He had like said like he had like made weird comments about children, and that's like the thing that I like. People were saying that like he had made comments about his cat, and I know he did, but like I think they were just very, very bad jokes. Like people were like if anyone like believes that he actually did anything, I mean, maybe that's just me hoping there's a good person in him that he's not doing anything like that. But after live, I know I was just thinking about that. I was just thinking about that too. I was like, maybe I should watch some of their videos. But yeah, he had like said weird comments about like younger kids, and like there was stuff about his cat that he had said that was like weird. That's the thing. Like like I was not ever like, oh, I don't like him because I think he did that. It was just like, oh, that was like kind of a weird joke, you know. But I like miss just, I don't know, and something that I also recommend rewatching is like all the docu-series he did, if you were like interested in those, just because it's so weird to think about like whenever those were coming out, I was so excited. Like those were like so like life consuming for me. Like whenever he came out with the Jake Paul docu-series, the Tana Mojo one, the Jeffree Star one, like I was like I was just so invested in everything, like just so invested in all the drama and all that stuff. I saw somewhere on my TikTok For You page, someone said that he's coming out with another docu-series and he wants to do like live screenings of it and stuff like that. So I don't know. Yeah. I remember like he did a lot of crazy stuff. He did not like crazy stuff, but he definitely did like a lot of. And the thing is with him, whenever they did like the super creepy videos, I mean, and from what I remember, they were like, it was just so real. You know what I mean? Like they were making jokes. They were like, it was like not whenever you look up someone staying at the Stanley Hotel and like the basic like true crime YouTube video that you're gonna get. You know what I mean? Like it was like, it just felt like you were going with a group of friends to your to wherever or doing whatever. You know what I mean? That's more so what it felt like, and not like a documentary type thing. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. But I don't remember all the stuff they did. I haven't watched any of those videos in forever. I remember every day after school, I used to come home and watch his videos. I was so excited, like, and I remember whenever he like announced he wasn't uploading every day anymore, I was like, and I was nervous about that. Right, and like, it just made it seem very, like, like I said, it just seemed like you were going with friends and hanging out and going to these scary places, and, like, trust me, I would love to do stuff like that, but I just cannot do scary stuff. Like, like, the only, like, real scary stories I have, well, this is one of the scary stories I have. I don't know if anyone heard of this app, and I truly forget what it's called, so I can't even say. I don't know if anyone has heard of this app and not have the name of it, but it was like trending on TikTok, and it was like you could find ghosts in your area, or like spirits, or like just it was just something like maybe energy, just like, I don't know, and you had to like type in your intention, or like something, like it was something really, like, I don't know. So me and my friends decided to go do it one night and, like, drive around, and there's 5 of us. 5 of us. So I felt, like, pretty, like, comfortable, and, like, I was like, I feel like this could easily just be, like, I feel like we're not going to do anything too extreme. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just like, I just don't think, I don't know. So we drive to this one area, and my friend is like, well, it's telling us to stop right here, and it's in the middle of the road. Like, we're in the middle of the road. And another thing about this app was, like, on TikTok, people were saying that, like, it was just, like, purposefully putting people in dangerous situations, I'm pretty sure. Or, like, it had seemed like it was doing that to us. That's what it was. Because the first time it had said stop, and we were like just in the middle of the road, and we were like, what? And then we realized, we like pulled over, and we realized that like underneath the road was like a train track, but it was like a train tunnel, and like those are like super long, and like it was like telling us to like go through there, and we were like, no, there's just no way you're getting us to do that. And some of my friends, and the thing is, it wasn't like entirely like long, but like you could see the closeness pretty well. And then I think one of my friends was like, yeah, we tried to walk in one time. Like, she said that, like, just one time for fun, she just wanted to walk through, but, like, it just, like, she couldn't keep going. Like, I feel like if I were to walk through a train tunnel, I would feel suffocated. You know what I mean? Like, I would just feel very, like... Also, Tony, I'll read your story in a second. I'm just going to tell this before I forget. I just feel very suffocated, you know? So I was like, I just can't do that. I've never been through one, by the way. I just feel like I would feel very suffocated, quite honestly. So we just decided not to do it. We're like, yeah, that's not a good idea. And then I think we like kept driving around and like trying to find other places. And it was taking us, or this might have been a whole different day maybe. It was taking us down like that. It was like down this similar street, but we kept going, and it just felt like it was taking us down. Train did come through there. I don't think that was our main... I mean, yeah, but I feel like just the main concern was being... I don't know. Like, I guess just being in there was kind of just scary of it. Like, being, like, sort of trapped in there. You know what I mean? Like, if someone's, like, running at you from one side, you only have, like, fucking one exit. You know what I mean? Hey, Katie, what's up? What's going on? Yup, we're telling scary stories. What was I gonna say? So, we are, like, driving down, and it's, like, sort of, like, a dirt path, like, area, back roads type shit, and I'm, like, immediately, like, guys, like, no, like, I'm just, like, no, this is, like, not good vibes, this is not good vibes, like, I understand, like, it's not, like, that's the whole intent, but, like, I'm starting to get a little bit worried for our safety, you know what I mean? So then it gets to this one point, and it's like we're almost there, and it's taking us down a one-way road. Now, obviously, whenever you're, like, on back roads and stuff like that, or, like, it was either a one-way dead end, or, like, just, it was, I know for a fact, I think it was one-way dead end. So we were just like, we don't know what to do. And my friends were like, should we go? And I was like, no, we're not going to go down there. We're not going to go down there and do that. Like, that's just so, like, and, like, each road it kept taking us down was, like, super, like, very, like, small, thin roads. Like, again, like, we're just getting further back roads. And I, like, kept making sure to check I had service because I was like, I just am no way I'm getting lost here in a dead zone just because, like, if I have to call someone. So we did turn around and we just did not keep going. And, like, it just, like, kept taking us, like, on the outskirts of town, just in, like, these very, like, creepy areas that were just, like, now, obviously, that could be, like, preset, but it was just so weird because, like I said, it felt like it was, like, purposefully putting us in, like, dangerous situations. And I was like, I don't think I'm rocking with this. So, Tony said one time my friends went to this supposed haunted bridge called Crybaby Bridge. And it was like 1 a.m. Oh my gosh. But we weren't even scared of ghosts. Oh my gosh. So what did anything like happen out there? That's so crazy. I would be crazy for both. Not crazy. I'd be scared for both reasons too. I'd be like super scared of like maybe something or someone just popping out that like wasn't supposed to be there, or like also it's someone's property and I'm there and trespassing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But, my tooth is bothering me. But yeah, I don't know if I went to any, like, creepy bridges or anything like that. I know Aves has been, just because I remember her telling me, which is so weird. She just messaged me. That's so weird. And kind of creepy. But I've never been to any, like, I don't think I've ever been to any scary bridges or anything like that. So why was it called Crybaby Bridge? I don't think we ever had anything in our area that was like known haunted or like called, you know what I mean? Like, you know, like whenever you watch like scary movies, like the whole premise is like, oh, it's this one haunted area that like no one ever has gone to, but this friend group decides to go. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. Like I've never had anything like that in my town, I don't think. Like maybe there's like some creepy stuff, or like I remember in first grade, two of my friends spread this rumor, which I had believed, that one of the stalls was haunted. One of the girls' bathroom stalls was haunted. And mind you, in first grade, there's only one bathroom on the entire floor. So, and there's how many classrooms? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12-ish rooms with 20 kids on each floor. So imagine like it's like 4 bathroom stall. Imagine that getting backed up. So she spread that rumor that stall was haunted. That's, not scary, creepy, crazy story, but I didn't go to the bathroom, and I remember my friend went in there and we're all like, and the guidance counselor had to come in and be like, girls, I hope you know that this stall is not haunted. I know that there's a rumor going on. Like the fact that a teacher had to come in and like address it because like they had overheard it happening. I feel like it's just so weird. Hey, what's up? What's going on? All hail King Julian. Why'd I sound like the SpongeBob guy when I said that? I don't know why I did that. But I don't know about any other scary stories. All my scary stories are more so like Ouija related. Like I would always play the Ouija board with my friends. Like we played it on the trampoline one time. I don't know the first time I played it actually. We played it on the trampoline one time though, and I remember like my friends would get like this one friend I had, she would always like want to say goodbye immediately. She'd be like, okay, goodbye. And we'd be like, bro, we weren't done asking questions. Like, what the hell? Like, why'd you just stop it and ruin this whole thing? You know what I mean? Jumped off the bridge with her. That's a creepy story. Oh my gosh. I was so scared. I think I tried to do Bloody Mary like once, I think. I tried to do that, but I don't think I actually ever fully went through with it. I don't think. But I've played with the Ouija board. I've played Charlie Charlie. I don't think I really ever believed Charlie Charlie. Or like, I don't know. I think it was just whatever way the pencil like spun towards. I don't know if that makes any sense though. But you bet your ass whenever I'm playing like Ouija board and like Charlie Charlie back in the day, like I was like asking questions like my life depended on it. I was like, am I going to marry so and so? Like, or like, what's my soulmate look like? Or like, who am I going to go to prom with? And it like points to one letter, and I'm like, oh my god, it's talking about the man I like. And it's like, well, yeah, because I don't know. I'm just still very in the middle of your subconsciously controlling it or something is somehow controlling it. I think the only explanation to be if someone is controlling it, like with that, like I don't think the spirit would be able to tell the future with it. I think the spirit would be able to maybe get like a generalized idea. You know what I mean? Because I don't know. Because that's saying like spirits can tell the future. And how would they be able to? You know what I mean? Do you think they could? That is scary though. Putting like ritual symbols and stuff like that. No, I'm immediately out of there. Nope. I don't, like I said, I think I've done like a few creepy, scary experiences. I would get scared walking back from my apartment, from my parking garage to my apartment at night. Yeah, it's just really weird that like, do you guys remember the Slenderman girls? The girls that said that Slenderman had told them to attack their friend? Because I remember like that was like back whenever Slenderman was like a big game, and then like that's whenever it was like this agenda that it's spreading isn't good, or like you know, they're spreading this like crazy agenda that's like making people do this, which like I guess it's sort of like, yes, you have to realize like the stuff that you put out there could get handed to the wrong people, but that's like quite literally with like almost everything ever. So it's like these people are just trying to write creepy stories. They're not really trying to like tell anyone to do anything, you know, but I guess it just ties into with like most movies and shows and stuff like that, where it's like you're giving them an idea and you're giving them, I don't really know. So Tiny says, I just remembered, so we had this one new guy at work, and he wanted to join our little group. Going after work, we kind of convinced to join us. We had to do a ritual where it was fake. Oh my gosh. That's kind of funny, though. That's, like, funny to, like, mess around with stuff like that. But then, like, also, imagine that guy is just, like, low-key thinking in the back of his head. He's just, like, He's like, I feel like they low-key could have just been like, JK, just told me never mind. Just to tell me never mind. Yeah, had him and confessed. Yeah, it was like, that's just like so, that's so crazy. That's like, I don't know. And like, it just goes back to the whole thing, like how we were talking about serial killers the other night, that like, it is just so weird to think about that, like, that, and like, I don't know, that something had made them think that they had to have done that, you know what I mean? I don't know, it's really weird. Also, not to get back on the path of serial killers, but did you guys know that Jeffrey Dahmer had fans? I literally didn't know that. I did not know that he had fans. That was like a thing back like in the day whenever he was in jail, because like in the Netflix series they're like sending him fan mail now, and I'm like who in the right mind, where was that at? I forget where that was. The Slenderman killing, I forget where that was, but I just remember like, because that's like around the time like I was into games like Five Nights at Freddy's, Slenderman, like all that stuff. And so, like, everyone was, like, now, like, scared that something, like, they're like, what are our kids doing and stuff like that. Like, I don't know. It's just, like, really weird. It's just really weird and crazy to think about, honestly. Just at the end of the day, that's just truly what it is. But yeah, he had fans sending him mail. I don't know what, like, I just don't know how, and then, like, people were calling, like, the victims' houses and, like, just saying shit. Like, that's so crazy. That's just so crazy to think to, like, people would do shit like that. I don't know. Says Ken, question mark? Does it seriously say question mark? That's kind of funny if they put a question mark. Like, I think this is for him. I'm not entirely sure, though. We're not entirely sure, though. I forgot what I was going to say. I'm trying to think of other, like, crazy, like, scary, like, killing stories. Like, or just, like, ones that were just, like, so, like, how the fuck do you do that? You know what I mean? With Ken? That's really weird. Also, I saw whenever I went on Netflix today that John Gacy, his Netflix, like, docu-series thing is now trending because of the Dahmer series. Which, like, the Dahmer series goes more in depth of the lives of the families and the victims, which I just feel like is so heavy. So that's, like, a big, like, not, like, like, trigger warning, because, like, it's just so, like, it's just so crazy to just think about it happening. And then also, the thing is, like, in the show, they're sort of, like, not complaining, but they're like, oh, they're making a movie out of this, they're making a book out of this, they're making money off of this, but I'm watching this in a series right now, so I'm kind of confused about that. They called me Ken. Why? Like, did you do mobile pickup, or did you, like, order and, like, give the person your name? That people get out of their normal mindset. Right. I honestly I didn't think that, like, maybe people thought similar to him. I thought it was just because people thought... Can you guys hear Slacks meowing? I have to let her out. But I always thought that, like, it was people just doing it to get a reply, if that makes sense. Like, they were just like, oh, I'll do it because, like, he'll reply or something like that. I don't know if that makes any sense at all. But, I don't know. Like, one of the notes that he got, like, it was from, like, a girl, and, like, I'm, like, just starting to wonder, like, maybe, like, with Ted, I remember with, like, Ted Bundy, because people say that, like, he was, like, a really hot or, like, attractive guy. I also don't know much about Ted Bundy, so I do need to watch those tapes. I feel like a lot, like, the only reason I truly watch them is because I'm, like, I don't know what happened. Like, on one of the videos I posted about Cannibal by Kesha, someone was commenting that they, like, were taught about, like, all these, like, things in school. I never was taught this in school. It was sort of just like you had heard about them on the internet and then talked about them with your friends. Yeah, that's just so fucked up. And like I said, that's where it sort of ties into the fact of, like, okay, whenever stuff, like, when something big like that happens, then, you know, then people start to get ideas and stuff like that, which is so fucked up. So it's just like it's just a crazy world we live in. You know what I mean? Like, why can't there, like, if there's ever one person that does something, why can't we all just agree, like, okay, no one's ever gonna do that again. But also I'm sort of confused because, but like I was saying, is I think some of the people that were writing him just thought he was hot. Like I think some of the girls were writing him just thinking he was hot. I'm not entirely sure though. Like that's just so weird to think that like, and also I was thinking more about whenever they were showing like the parents' perspective of like finding out what Jeff had did. I think it's so and I don't want to say like, I don't know if it was like well portrayed, but I feel like I definitely started to get a sense of like, oh wow, that like isn't so easy as like, oh that's so fucked up, you did that, I don't care that you're my son. Like that's like so like, damn, that's just so crazy to think that, because like the dad was like, I should have called him more, I should have done this, and it's like, damn, that's just so crazy that like, it like, you know, like whenever there's like certain situations where it's maybe like, oh, like if you don't talk to your parent anymore and maybe your dad's like, oh, I should have talked to them more and they would like me now. But it's so crazy that like things get to like that extent of like out of hand. You know what I mean? Or like good people who world. Right. Like I was like how I was saying the other day that that people seem to pity Jeffrey more over some of the other serial killers because he had like admitted that like he just did it because he felt alone and felt like very like, and he was like an outcast and all that stuff. And it's like, okay, well like there's a lot of people that feel like that and don't do stuff like that. Like your actions still have consequences. And like even, and I mean like I'm hoping that the series is like telling the truth in the fact of like this, but his dad and his lawyer went to him and were like, you have to plead insanity or else you're gonna be in prison. And he was like, well, I'm not insane. And then his dad was like, listen, like, do you want to go to prison? And then he was just like, well, you have to plead that you're insane and you'll go to a mental hospital and then get released probably sooner and you can actually get the help you need. And then he was like, but I'm not insane. Like, he was literally like, I'm not insane. Like, how that would have changed everything. Right. And it's, yeah, and I mean, that's like the same thing. And I feel like what I find, and like there are like a majority of people out there, or like a group of people out there that like watch these docuseries and like they glorify it maybe in like a romanticizing way. Like I'm sure there's still people out there to this day that are like, oh my gosh, so and so, but like hello, they're crazy. Like hello, you can't, you like that's weird. That's a bit weird. But it's just weird to think that like they what was I saying? Why did I just completely blank? Sort of in the sense of like watching the shows. I like watching it because I like watching how they grew up and like how that could have. Hey, what's up? What's going on? Thank you for following. Thank you. What's up? We're just telling scary stories, and we're talking about serial killers right now because I'm currently watching the Jeffrey Dahmer series on Netflix. So I don't know if you've got any scary stories to share that you've experienced, or I don't know if you've even watched Dahmer, all that stuff. But the reason why I like watching these like shows or these like they say like the Ted Bundy tapes and stuff like that is because I'm interested to see as to like how they were raised. Like I said, everything that happens ends up, you know, so like how they were raised affects how they were acting in the future and stuff like that. So I think that's like the very interesting part of it is like how were they like. I didn't know that, but I watched My Friend Dahmer, so I knew it then, but I didn't know before My Friend Dahmer that, like, it all started because he was doing taxidermy stuff ever since he was a child. like he was like finding roadkill and like just messing with it for like his whole life. Like he like that was just his everyday come home from school, do that routine, which was a bit like, okay, like, okay, ouch. Reasons as to what he did. It's just how they keep, right, give like, but also the thing that's crazy is like, truly at the end of the day, they can make as many docuseries, they can make as many documentaries, they can make as many short films, they can do as many things as they want, but I feel like truly at the end of the day, there is like, we don't know. We don't know what made these people do what they did. You know what I mean? Unless maybe they were diagnosed with some, like, you know, they did run tests on them and maybe find out, like, oh, they have this and that's what caused this. Or, like, if it's truly because that's just how they were raised. You know what I mean? Like, that's, like, and I just think it's so crazy that, like, they were, like, I'm still sort of thinking about that. Like, he was like, Jeff, you have to plead that you're insane to be able to get out of, like, prison. And he was like, well, I'm not insane. He was like, this is, like, literally just, like, how I am. Like, this is just how, like, but then, like, in that case, does someone who should be pleading insane, like, is someone who is insane gonna admit that they are, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. But he was just not rocking with admitting to that, I guess. I don't know. I still have one episode left, but a lot of the stuff now is just him in jail and stuff like that, and he just got beat up in jail. And I was, like, figuring that. I was like, I'm sure that dude got beat up a lot. I feel like they would have had to, like, separate the people that were, like, famous for, like, shit that they did, because it was, like, collectively, like, even people in jail and prison are like, okay, that's fucked up. Like, you should maybe get beat up, you know? Like, we're not really rocking with that. That's just not the vibe, but, I need a drink. I'm so thirsty. The things he did. I don't know. I'm not sure. I, like, maybe not, like, rationalize, but, like, yeah, like, he was just like, I just did it because. But it's just so crazy to me that, like, whenever they like, caught him, he immediately was like, this is everything that I did. And, like, even some of the things, like, even, like, a few of the people, he was like, I don't remember the exact people or their names or, you know, things like that. But I know I did it. Like, that's, like, how he was. Doesn't care, but he's done it so many. I think that's what it is. Is that he had done it so many times that he was just kind of like, I don't really know why he, like, I don't know. I'm just, like, theorizing here. Maybe it just became, like, so normal for him that he just kept doing it, and he was so, I don't know, he had just enjoyed it. I don't know. Like, it just, how? I don't know. But, I don't know. It's interesting to see their, like, backstories and, like, how, but it's so, like, it's just so crazy that, like, this, like, really happened. You know what I mean? It's like there was really someone out there that was like, this is normal. I don't know. Anyways, but I don't even know why. Oh, I brought it back up because I was mentioning how he had fans. That's just weird. Like, I don't know. That's like, how are you, like, what? I don't understand that. That's really, sending him fan mail. Okay, relax. And I think, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I've watched his last interview. I feel like I watched it before, but I'm not entirely sure. But just the way that Evan Peters plays Dahmer, it's very much like he doesn't care. Like, he's very much just like, yep, this is what I do. He just seems to not really give a crap. Like, he's just kind of like, okay, I'm in prison now. Like, that's just so crazy to me, too. Like, whenever you get, like, punished for that, like, that's another thing. Is, like, whenever they're, like, put in jail for shit like that, do they not have, like, a moment of realization of, like, oh, my God. You know what I mean? Like, he kept acting weird in jail. Like, he kept acting weird in jail. And it's just, like, do you not, like, have a moment of, like... And like I said, maybe he did need some sort of, like, help from a professional. But... And I guess, like, I don't know, maybe that's where people start to feel bad for him, but it's just, like, I don't know. I don't understand, like, man. I don't know. Also, I'm a bit confused because whenever you get mail in prison or in jail, I always thought that, like, I always imagined that they would just have to read it before they give it to you. You know what I mean? Because what if you're, like, conspirizing? You know? I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure if that's just something I made up in my head or if that's something, I don't know. I don't really know. Hey, what's up? What's going on? How's it hanging? Hello. We're talking about serial killers and scary stories. That's why it took so long to catch him. Horrible to say, but I know. I think it was both. I think it was both very much like he got lucky and also sort of knew what to say. I definitely recommend watching this series because, like, there's a few times that he had gotten away from the cops, and I feel like he was just lucky that, like, he was just able maybe, like, to lie, and, like, cops were like, okay, that's fine. Like, we were talking the other day about, like, how he had, like, brought that one kid back. Like, he had a minor with him, and he, like, lied about, he was like, oh, no, he's 19 and he's my boyfriend. Like, he did that whole thing. So I guess that's more so of luck, because, and the thing that, like, the cops, or I don't know if the cops got in trouble, but in the show they got in trouble for, was, what's it called? They let him go and he already had a charge. That's what it was. That the fact that they didn't document it and, like, then realize, like, oh, he has a charge already. Because I think he just had an SA charge. Not just an SA charge, but I don't think he had anything else. Or I think there was, like, a public indecency. I think he had other charges, but that's it. There's a where so people can send the mail some of the or whatever they did. Oh my God. I don't know how I feel about that. And the comments will be like, damn. That's crazy. What do I like about being 20? I like, I don't know. Nothing. I don't know. I just feel like I enjoy just being able to enjoy being young, I guess. Like, I don't know. I just enjoy going out and about and being able to enjoy life, I guess. I don't really know. What do I not like about it? That I still haven't passed, like, all the age limits for legality things, like 21 to drink and gamble, and then 25 to rent a car or drive a rented car. I think it's, yeah, that's what it is. But yeah, that's pretty much, yeah. That's the things that I would say I don't like about it. I don't know. There's nothing, I guess, that I don't like about it. But I guess, like, since I'm in the last few months of being 20, I feel very much like, because I'm not 21 yet, but I'm almost, you know what I mean? Like, I'm almost there. But I just have not made it. But almost. I almost will. I'll be there soon. But yeah, that TikTok page, that's like, I don't know, I guess I sort of understand, like, send them a letter, maybe they're like, some of the people are like lonely, but I don't know if it's like send them a letter because you think they're hot, like, ma'am, or take out money for them, like, what? But also, I'm not too concerned about 25, like, renting a car. I don't really ever have the desire to rent a car anywhere I go. Maybe that's just because anytime I travel, I usually am traveling to somewhere where someone has a car or with someone that can rent a car, so I don't really ever worry about that. But, I'm not too worried about that. Like, I feel like if I could stay... Honestly, I'm not even a big... I mean, hypothetically, because I've never done it because I'm not 21 yet, but drinking flavored waters. I don't know. You know how people ask questions, like, if you could stay one age forever, what age would you pick? I feel like even if I picked something under 21, I would be fine because of, I don't know. I don't know if I would have to be 21. I don't know, okay? Really? What age would everyone else pick? I don't know what I would pick. Just because I feel like I would have to, I don't know. Because, like, I haven't lived the ages above 20, you know what I mean? So I can't say, like, oh, I'd pick 30. Because I don't know. You know what I mean? So out of the years I've lived, maybe like 12, I don't know, something young where I feel like I don't have to work and have responsibilities and do things in life to feel accomplished, maybe. I don't know. Why is, what's it called? This chat ain't working. I mean, one of them is, but the other one isn't. It's also internet having so many people on. Right. I feel like also with, like, the internet, with, like, it being so anonymous, people just kind of feel like they can just say whatever. You know what I mean? Like, they're, like, you can, like, hide behind some sort of screen that, like, people are just like, okay, I mean, this is my opinion, but no one can really, like, will know it's my opinion. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? But I'm 29. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you haven't lived the ages that you're saying, how do you know? How do you know? How do you truly know what age you would want to be? I would definitely say, like, a young age, though. Like, not, like, definitely not, like, I don't know. I would say maybe 16. I don't know. In a bad place. I think it would depend. It would depend on the situation. Like, that's very, very situational. Like, how they wronged me. What do they need help for now? Like, just a bunch. It's, like, very, 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 very situational, I would say. I would not be able to just make a snap decision. If it was something like if it was something very simple that they had wronged me for, then maybe, or not simple, but, you know, something that I could just lightly get over, I guess. I don't know. Let me go live on TikTok real quick. I just accidentally turned the camera around. Bow, bow. Now you can add, what's it called? You can add topics on TikTok, like how you do on Twitch, basically. Sorry, I don't mean to make it look like I'm sitting on my phone. I'm just gonna go live real quick. That's all. I feel sort of disrespectful whenever I'm sitting on my phone. Whoops. There we go. There we go. But I don't know if that is it considered disrespectful? I don't know. Why? Are you someone that has wronged me in my life and you're trying to ask for help? But wait, so are you saying that they're asking me, like, if someone had just wronged me, would I reach back out to them? No. Probably not. I don't know. Sometimes, like, it's like one of those things that's like, I wouldn't say like forgive and forget, but it's like forgive and forget they exist. Like, I'm like, okay, I am just kind of gonna keep living my life and you are in the past. You know what I mean? I don't really keep thinking about that person. So I would never really think like, oh, I should reach back out and ask this or say this or do this or, you know, stuff like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Hopefully that makes a bit of sense. A little bits of sense. Bamp, bamp, bamp. My iPad's about to die, bruv. It's about to die, bruv. What the F? If I saw them, but I don't, like, I'm not trying to, like, avoid the question, but I don't think I would. Like, I don't, like, ever, like, if, like, someone ever wronged me in my life and I, like, don't talk to them anymore, I, like, quite literally am not really looking up those people anymore. So, I don't know. I don't know. Of the class, no one thought of... I worked at and said I needed gas money. I was super reluctant at... Aw, good thing you did. No, I texted him. What did you text him? I mean, yeah, I don't know. If someone, like... Well, did he say he was going to pay you back? I feel like that's also very, like... Did he, like, say he was going to pay you back? I mean, maybe, like, if someone was like, hey, can I have some gas money? And I could, you know, give that to them and not really have any... And still be able to eat later that night. I feel like I would do that. But, if it, like, buy them a house, you know what I mean? Like, I don't, like, know. Like, if it was something, like, on the cheaper side of, like, just, like, hey, like, $30 for gas or something. I know it ain't really be $30 nowadays. My car would take, like, $30. And now, I don't know what it's at now. I think it's starting to go back down to about $30 to fill it up. But my car's, like, really cheap to fill up, apparently. I didn't know that. All my friends were like, damn, that's cheap as hell to fill up. And I'm like, okay. Okay, then. That's fine by me. That's fine by me. But, damn. I mean, I hope he's fine, too. I hope he's out there just chilling, having fun in life, you know. I'm sure that gas money helped him, you know. I don't know. I'm sure, like, that's a good thing, you know. It's not like... I mean, hopefully he did use it as gas money, too. That's another thing that's, like, whenever people just ask me just for straight cash, I'm like, I feel like you could possibly not be using this for what you're saying you're going to use it for, you know? That's how I got his number. Yeah, I got you soon. Bro, what the hell? What the hell? And also, gas is pretty expensive. Mostly whenever it's your own money. Like, and also, I don't know. I just feel like that's super weird. Sometimes, like, I don't know. I feel like I put myself in a situation. Not put myself in a situation. More like mentally put myself in a situation where, like, I just automatically am like, nope, sorry, nope. Like, I cannot, sorry. But, like I said, you could have seriously helped him. You seriously could have either made his day or helped him somehow, and even though I didn't pay you back, you know, everything happens for a reason. I don't know. I just try to tell myself that. Man, I don't know. That is a pretty scary story, though. That is a pretty scary story. But I don't think I've really ever had anyone that's like, can you please help me? I've had situations where I've like reached out to people and I've been like, hey, like I hope you're okay. You know what I mean? Like I hope you did, like maybe like I had heard that like something was going on, or I had like reached out and been like, hey, like I hope everything's fine, or and I've like same thing with like that has happened to me. Like I've been on like bad terms with people before, and like or like maybe just like not bad terms, but sort of like we sort of had a fight, but we just kind of just decided not to be friends. You know what I mean? And they had reached out and they were like, hey, like I heard that like so and so passed away. Like I hope, like a family member had passed away. I hope everything's fine. Like I'm sending you my thoughts and prayers, like stuff like that. But I don't know. I feel like mostly now that I'm out of high school, I seriously don't really like in the moment. But right. I agree. Like whenever like stuff like that, it's like okay, it's not really like that important in the long run. But like I said, if someone's like, hey, can you help me like put money down for a house, I'd be like, listen, man, I haven't spoken to you in years, and we don't like each other really. So why, what? Excuse me. I don't think I'd ever do that. I feel like I can barely help myself mentally whenever I have to spend certain money, like if I have to spend a lot of money on stuff, sorry, I can barely do it myself. Sorry, I just barely can bring myself to buy anything like that. Okay, this is working now. Bless that it is working now. Scary story. I got one. What scary story do you have? What's your scary story? I don't know. Like I was saying, like other like Ouija board stories, those are like pretty much only creepy things that happen. They're not even that scary. Like it's just stuff like we would like always ask the Ouija board like, hey, like we would ask it questions to like confirm it's real. You know what I mean? But then sometimes if it got an answer wrong, we'd be like, oh, maybe it is here with us. You know what I mean? And we, I don't know. That would be pretty much the creepiest stuff that happened, is if it knew, like, if I were to say, like, when is so-and-so's birthday and, like, no one else in the room knew it and it guessed it, I'd be like, it's the good people you have around you. Right. I agree. Money, you can easily work. You can go and work and make money, but like friends and all that stuff, and like good, genuine connection or personality you have, like that's like you can't just not have that. You know what I mean? Bow, bow, bow. And it was I was in shock and awe. Is that your scary story? That it was out of fuel? That's very scary. I'm so sorry about that. I don't know if I've ever had any ghost stories though. I wish I did. I really wish I did. Sometimes like I feel like I see a UFO, or I forget, someone corrected me the other day of what they're called now, but I thought I saw aliens. And I was convinced I did, but then I always get like proved wrong bits later. I don't know what else. I'm trying to think of other scary stories. Does anyone remember like not just Slenderman though, like the creepypasta stories though? Like those were always like super weird. I never like read them all, but I would always like see the pictures of them. And they're just so, like, I just don't understand. Like, how people wrote those or how people, like, I just don't know. Like I said, whenever I'm watching this Dahmer series, I literally, like, can't watch it at night. I can only watch so much of it. Like, I'm just like, getting the ABJBs. I don't know how people are going to write stuff like that. Or like, and also, the movie, guys, the movie for trivia tomorrow is Insidious. Fucking Insidious. Excuse me? Excuse me. Excuse me. You expect me to watch Insidious, a scary movie, and try to remember stuff for like what? You're expecting me to remember it for trivia? Insidious trivia? Make it make sense. It doesn't. What are you talking about? An evil what? What? They used to like them. How do you just do that though? Like, that's just so creepy. I don't know. I feel like there was a point in my life where I was able to read and like play creepy video games and like not feel like as weird. And I understand like Five Nights at Freddy's, okay, that's like not as creepy as like other video games, but like I would be able to play like my extent of scary and not get creeped out. But there's just something about creepypastas that felt too real. I just... Weeks later, my wife saw a person sitting at the end of the bed. I feel like that's, and I'm not saying your story isn't true, but I feel like everyone's stories whenever they see scary stuff is always like they saw someone sitting at the end of their bed. I have never, like the only thing that happens whenever I'm asleep is I feel like I can kind of control my dreams. I feel like that's the most that happens, truly, is that I can just control my dreams. Oh, I'm almost at your house. Na 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 na. Look at the video. At where? Also, no, I'm too scared. I'm not gonna watch that video. That's too scary. If something scary is happening, no. No. That's real creepy. The balloon goes right through your house with no fans on, bro. What? At 3 a.m. and you're reading creepypastas? No, I'm not looking at people balloon. Me saying, like, let's talk about scary stories and I'm not looking at that. That's so, like, I just can't. That's also scary. That's also scary to me. Like, I just, Okay, but I have a question about my dreams, though. So whenever I'm, like, asleep and I'm dreaming, and if I'm thinking this is a dream, is that me controlling my dreams? Like, what is that? It happened at 10 p.m. Oh, I'm also live on Twitch. If it sounds like I'm talking to other people, it's because I am. Both on Twitch and YouTube, by the way. If it seems like I'm reading chats that you aren't seeing, it's because there's people on YouTube and on Twitch. So that's why. That's why. Sometimes I will try to read the messages so, like, people do understand what I'm talking about. But I forgot what I was going to say. I just started, this is random, but I need to start wearing my contacts more. That's not true. You're definitely awake. You're definitely alive when you're asleep. Like, I think, isn't it like whenever you're asleep, that's like the slowest your heart rate gets, isn't it? Or like the fastest? It might be both. It's probably slowest, I think, though. Because I feel like you'd wake up in, like, a fucking sweat. Yeah, because your heart rate drops significantly, I think. I think it's, like, right before REM sleep, and then REM is whenever it picks back up, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I was literally about to say, as soon as you were saying scary video, I just randomly thought of that video. I immediately know what you're talking about. Everyone just... My brother, we had, like, this, like, desktop in our living room, and I was, like, fucking, like, 5 years old. Like, because this was, like, the first house I had lived in with Judy and my brothers. This is when I first moved in with him, and I just vividly remember him being, like, watch the car the whole time. And, like, this motherfucker, like, he just, like, is not laughing. Like, I believed him, you know what I mean? So, like, I'm sitting there and I'm just staring at the car, like, go round and around and around. And then this, like, fucking, like, dude, I think I cried. I think I literally cried. I don't remember, though, but, like, I just remember it, like, jumping up and I was like, dude, oh. Like, that was the biggest moment in my life where I was like, you fucking betrayed me. Like, whenever someone shows you a video and they know it's going to scare you and they even say something to distract you. Like, how my brother was, like, watch the car the whole time and then something fucking jumps out and scares you. That is the most ultimate betrayal ever. Like, that's, like, that. It's like, you fucking promised. And I know there was really no promise, but it's just like, I had trust in you that you were going to show me a video that was not a fucking jump scare like that. And that is just the most classic video ever, I think. And I just wonder, I'm kind of curious as to how many views that video has. Because I feel like because, like, it's one of those videos that is just, like, constantly shared, and shared, you know? I'm sub 157. Woo! I am hoping that we can get to 200 subs before Halloween. Manifesting 200 subs before Halloween. Or for Halloween. And then 300 followers on Twitch before Halloween. Scary maze game. Maybe. I don't know. You might have to, like, sort of describe it to me to see if I remember it all, because it does not sound too familiar to me. I'm gonna search up that creepy video though, because I'm curious as to how many views it has. Oh, now of course I'm getting YouTube recommendations. I'm gonna look up scary car video. There's 18 million, 5.7 million, 636,000. The oldest one has 5.7 million, and that's 16 years ago. So I was literally 5 when I watched that video. I think. It came out whenever I was 4, so I had to have been 4 or 5. Like, that's so crazy. This has 47 million views. It says, scary maze game. So is that what you're talking about? 47 million? What the fuck was scary maze game? Better be throwing water balloons at random people. What? Why would I do that? Why would I do that? There's a video that says ghost car. Story behind the internet's most iconic jump scare, I think it says. Yeah. I agree. That is YouTube's most iconic jump scare. If you haven't seen that, that's crazy. Get harder if you beat the maze. Yes! I remember that. Oh, I forgot. That thing was like, that video was like a car commercial. Or like at least the clip was from a car commercial, I think. If I'm not mistaken. If I am correct, it's from at least from my studies. From my studies here on YouTube here, it's saying it's from a car commercial. But I'm confused. Does that mean the jump scare is from a car commercial? My ear is so itchy. I don't know what to do about that. But like, I feel like, I don't know if I've ever played it, but I definitely have heard of it. Because I don't know, maybe my brother my brother definitely could have tricked me into playing it. But I don't remember. But 47 million views that one Scary Maze Game video had, so like clearly I don't know, something that I probably didn't miss. I just don't remember. I also don't know who Emily Rose is. So I'm unsure of who that is. But hey, it is a jump scare. It is a fucking jump scare. All of them are. I fucking hate jump scares, which is like weird because if the only horror game I've really ever played is Five Nights at Freddy's, which is quite literally all jump scares. But I think the thing is with Five Nights at Freddy's is it gets so much to the point where it's like a strategy game that like you know that the jump scare is coming. You know what I mean? Like when you're playing it like for that long period of time, you're just like expecting it. You're just like, okay, fuck. You're like, damn it! You're like, damn it, Foxy's running in my room! And you're like upset about it. What? I've never heard of that story. I think I'm unfamiliar with that story. I don't know if I've ever heard it, where she's getting possessed or if she needed help. Bow, bow. Does anyone hear a little bit of Christmas music in this? I don't know. Could be just me. Hello Neighbor. I've never heard of that. I very much try to stay away from like jump scare, scary stuff, or like jump scare, creepy stuff, or like, I don't know. Like I said before, like the scary stuff that I usually watch is like psychological horror, where it's like it'll like make you think. You know, it's making you think and not making you pee your pants. I really want to see Smile, but I've heard like a lot of people like being like, warning, before people go see it. You know what I mean? So that is a bit. Okay, hold on. I'll look it up. I'm fixing my earring. Okay, let's look it up. Bow, bow, bow. Okay, Emily Rose case. Let's see. It says I'm just trying to click on anything here so I can see something. That's crazy. So it says 2005 film The Exorcism of Emily Rose are not entirely fictional, but rather based on the actual experience. Okay, so this is like so her name was Annalise Mitchell. Did not remember the event where she woke up in a trance and wet her bed. Her body went through a series of convulsions, causing her body to shake uncontrollably. But what happened next was more disturbing. What happened next? Okay, and then there's some sort of audio file it has. I can't play it though. I'm not gonna play it. That's so scary. After the second time, Annalise visited a neurologist who diagnosed her terminal lobe epilepsy, a disorder that causes seizures, loss of memory, and experiencing visual, auditory hallucinations. Terminal lobe epilepsy can be caused, marked by, I don't know, those big words. What she took failed to help her. As the year progressed, her condition began to deteriorate. She believed that she was possessed by a demon and that she needed to find a solution outside of medicine to see the face of the devil wherever she went. And she said she heard demons whispering in her ears when she was damned and would, oh my God. So, wait, Annalise sought out priests to help her. See, I don't understand because I feel like, see, it says like it says they denied her request and said that she should seek medical help. I understand that. I understand like you're saying someone should seek medical help, but like I feel like most of the time like people are usually like, okay, we'll pray, you know what I mean? Like, we'll still pray for you, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. She ripped the clothes off her body, performed up. Okay, wait. So this says, believing she was possessed, she ripped the clothes off her body, compulsively performed up to 400 squats a day, crawled under her table and barked like a dog for 2 days. She also ate spiders and coal, bit the head. Oh. Oh my gosh. He stated that she didn't look like an epileptic. Okay, I don't think anyone looks like they're epileptic. She wrote, I am nothing. Everything about me is vanity. What should I do? I have to improve. You pray for me. And once told him oh my God. So like, what the fuck happened? But that's the thing that's like still like so weird. It's because it's like you want to, not want to, but like there is the belief where it's like, okay, was she actually possessed? Like she's claiming to be? Or was this like some sort of diagnosis that people didn't or like misread or anything like that? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? Thank you for following. What's up, what's up? What are we talking about? We're talking about scary stories. We were talking about this girl who thought she was possessed, and or like we're not sure if she was ever possessed. Her name's Emily Rose, or Annalise, and we're just talking about scary stories. End of the story, she wasn't. You know the story? Or are you just saying that? You actually know what we're talking about? I don't believe that you can just randomly say that. In various cultures, okay. Well, it says, this basically just says, they conducted 67 exorcisms lasting up for 4 hours on the young woman. Through these sessions, Annalise revealed that she believed she was possessed by 6 different demons. That's so scary. No one knows the real reason of her outburst, but a lot of modern scientists sort of convinced her she needed. So, yeah, I mean, honestly, like a lot of these. Wait, so the demons. Apparently, the demons were arguing in her brain, it says, would frequently talk about. Oh, wait. says she broke the bones and ripped the tendons in her knees from continually kneeling in prayer. Stopped eating. So she eventually just died of malnutrition. She was just 23 years old. Holy crap. That's so crazy. I don't know how I feel. I feel like I just don't know if I believe in being possessed and stuff like that. But that's like it's like, you don't know, like, you literally, like, that's what's just so mind-blowing to me is, like, I can sit here and be like, I don't know if I believe in that, but, like, who the fuck, like, am I to say? Like, who am I to say, like, what that person is experiencing in their head? You know what I mean? Because I've never experienced anything like that. I don't know, like, isn't that weird to think about? Like, or what if there is truly no tests that would be able to evaluate, like, why she acted like that? And, like, I feel like maybe and it also does make sense to say, like, oh, a bit, like, you know, neglect. And, like, I always say, like, guys, I always say this, the kid, like, when you're raising a kid, you are literally, like, forming this kid's understanding of the world. You know what I mean? Like, this kid, like, you are this kid's world for the longest time. And, like, it's all it knows is however you are raising it. So, like, that's, like, and maybe now that I'm sort of thinking about it is a lot of people who had kids that were who had kids in the generation of when all these, like, serial killers and or just crazy happenings were happening and then, like, it's always sort of mom and say, but they, like, how they all are, like, around in the same time period. All these things that have the same stories where it's like, this is a possibility, but it also could have been neglect, or, like, neglect could have played a big part in it. A lot of people at that age were having kids very young. Like, a lot of people were still living in the times where it's like, you're born, you find someone you date, you find a job, you marry, and you immediately have a kid. So, like, they were all having kids, like, very young and, like, very naive. And there's no one knows exactly how to be a parent. So, obviously, like, things get messed up and, you know, and, like, there's no perfect parent out there. But, you know, some of the people that have kids super young, it's sort of like they maybe don't pay as much attention or don't realize that, like, the kid cares a lot more about the parents than they realize, or, like, hear everything that the parents say, you know what I mean? That was when religion, right. Yeah, and, like, that's another reason why, like, maybe people were just like, oh my god, like, you know, but I don't know. It could have been both. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, and I know I don't have kids, so I don't have much to say, you know, I don't have much experience, but it's just, like, however those, like, form, like, those years that a kid is, like, having form, like, it's being formed, its brain and mind and everything's being formed, it, like, takes that forever, you know what I mean? Those kids, like, they remember everything and stuff like that. So mostly, like, traumatizing stuff or, like, stuff that just, like, stood out to them. So it's, like, no matter what, like, if it tied back to the past or not, if it was just because of the past or because of some, like, mental health or mental issue. Right, you can always track things. Right. Exactly. Like, it, like, and it goes, and, like, you're right. Like, it could go, then you can go dive deeper into be like, well, we didn't grow up that rich. You know, we didn't have access to maybe if it's, like, proper food or water and stuff like that. And then it kind of gets into the point where it's like, okay, but the parent was trying their best. You know what I mean? Because there are parents out there that, you know, can't afford the best top things ever or barely anything, and they are trying their best or are working their hardest. So it's like crazy. I don't know. That and also, isn't it kind of crazy that, like, sort of, it could be a sense of, like, jealousy, you know what I mean? Like, maybe some reasons that people act out is out of jealousy. That's also, like, kind of shows how it ties back to stuff like that, which is crazy. With school, huh? What? But also, oh my gosh, my ear is so itchy! Like, does anyone else's ear just feel itchy? Like, sometimes it's like right. But then the weird thing is, if I scratch my throat with my tongue, like this, it somehow itches my ear. If that makes sense. I don't know. How is it possible that the inside of your ear is itchy? I'm so sorry to get off track, but that just was distracting me.
Oh, yeah.
But I do wonder that a lot. Like, how... I don't know. I just wonder how. Like, I hear all these stories. Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? Cool, what's up, what's up? Thank you for following. We're just talking about scary stories, creepy stuff, you know? Does anyone have any other creepy stories that happen to them? For a 9-to-5 as a job. I could never be a teacher. That's why I couldn't be a teacher. I, like, feel like I couldn't handle that responsibility of, like, knowing, like, I have to teach that kid a portion of their life. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes any sense, but hopefully it does. Hopefully it does. Ear itchy, rub it. It's like right, like, on the inside. I don't know. It's like in the eardrum area. In the eardrum area. And also how we were talking about, like, the other day about, like, how Dahmer's parents didn't like any of the docuseries that was, like, putting out, like, how that kept getting put out, or, like, how people kept doing stuff like that. I sort of understand that now, like, after watching it. I was sort of just kind of like, well, that's sort of hard because, like, that's a crazy situation. Like, of course, someone's going to make a movie about it. But, it's just kind of crazy to think that, like, it is sort of just, like, damn, they're still making movies about that, or it's kind of like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it is kind of hard, like, when you are, like, thinking about it, like, being the parent. I don't know if any of my family members have had paranormal experiences. I feel like sometimes I don't know if it's really considered paranormal, but sometimes I feel like I get signs from, like, people that have passed away in my life. You know what I mean? But, I don't know, is that considered paranormal? I can wiggle my ears. I can also raise my eyebrow. Clearly. I can lift both sides of my eyebrows. This one looks more like The Rock when I do this. Maybe it's because I can curve the front, but I can only curve the front of the other one if I do this. I also didn't know... Oh, so apparently David Dahmer, which is Jeffrey Dahmer's younger brother, he changed his name. So apparently, like, he, like, doesn't, like, he like, wants no association. So I don't know. I don't know if he, like, has, I don't know, like, I feel like he might just have an alias and just, like, fully, like, it says he's still alive. But I don't know if that's true or not. About the siblings. But also, like, but a lot of paranormal stuff started happening after. Wait, what was she practicing? Oh my gosh. Is that like some sort of like scary stuff that she was practicing? They get a Netflix show too. Yeah, that's like also another thing. It's like how many how many different things are you gonna make about it? You know what I mean? Like I understand like one docuseries or one movie just to kind of have it, but like is it seriously gonna keep getting remade? And also just like for the victims and for the family, like it's already like so hard enough that like I understand both sides where it's like I'm interested in seeing like how he has grown up and stuff like that, but I also see like how hard it must be to see like other people not getting entertainment but just being so interested in it when they're sort of like I just wish it had never happened. You know what I mean? I feel like my thumb has a burn on it and I don't know how. I don't know how my thumb is just burnt. Was allegedly believing got more attention, he reported it. Okay, wait, I'm just trying to see where, with their father on, so, wait, is his dad still alive? Went to live with their father. Okay, but I want to see, okay. I don't know. And again, I always try to say, like, I hope it's not encouraging people. Guys, don't be doing that shit. Spirits, you ask spirits for help. Oh, so it's like it's like not. So when people are practicing it, do they ever really have bad intentions? Like, is there like any positives to it? You know what I mean? Or is it all sort of just like scary stuff? You know what I'm saying? David graduated from the University of Cincinnati in 1991. Jeffrey had already been arrested, decided to cut all ties with his brother, refusing to show up for any of his court hearings or trials. Also stayed completely silent, giving no interviews, TV appearances, or even quotes about his experience growing up with Jeffrey. Oh, it says at 55 years old, David is allegedly still alive, though there is no public record of his new identity. According to his father and stepmother, he has a good career, a wife, 2 children. Since 2004, there have been no further updates on David Dahmer. Denied a normal life, he chose to escape the public. I mean, hey, I'm glad that he is able to live more private life because I couldn't imagine having your name out there like that and, you know, what people would associate with you with or whatever. Sort of still followed it, right? So, but was your dad just like paranoid of like the scary or bad things that it could bring? Which I mean is reasonable because like you said, you can't tell the difference. So like, you just don't know. Sorry, I'm just looking. Wait, I'm so confused. Because some photos that I've seen, I thought were Jeffrey Dahmer. Were David. Ugh! Whenever I just see photos of him, I just get so, like, ugh. Like, creeped out. Like, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, that's so crazy. Oh, Jeffrey's dad is still alive. I didn't know that. Oh my god, you sacrificed something? Oh my gosh. What happens if there's bad spirits? Like, what happens when bad stuff happens? Like, what, like, how do you, like, or how could you accidentally let bad things in? Does that make sense? Like, is there a way to ever, like be like, no, sorry, we're not doing that, sorry. Not today. Not today. I don't know. Whoa, pause. Sorry, every time I open an article, cause my grandpa, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, good on anyone who ever does stuff like that, whoever is associated with anyone that does anything crazy and, like, fully changes their name and, like, you know, good on them for being able to, like, not let that, you know, take that away from their normal life experience because, I don't know. I couldn't imagine just being, like, it's all just so crazy. The dad's most recent interview was in 2020. Now, I have a question. Do you have, like, I don't know. I just cannot imagine being, like, a parent in that situation. Like, I don't know if I would be able, like just thinking, like, he has a book out. And I'm not saying that's good or bad, but I just don't know, like, I just feel like I would just be speechless forever. You know what I mean? Like, I just would be, like, and I guess maybe writing a book is the best way to do it because you can just sort of just write into the void. But, like, I don't know. What happens? You either do the ritual against and try to banish them or just live up. So whenever your dad was like, hey, can you quit that? Did she have to do some sort of, like, banishing ritual? Or did she just, like, stop doing it? Wait. What's something gets really bad? That's so crazy. That's really crazy. That's... I don't, that's so crazy. Like, I just cannot, like, I just don't understand. And I'm not saying I want paranormal things to happen to me, but, like, how do these things happen to certain people? And, like, I have not experienced one thing ever. Like, flying chairs. Oh, wait, with chairs and stuff flying. Okay, yeah, flying chairs. I was like, wait, did you not say flying chairs? Yes, you said flying chairs. How? Sorry, I didn't mean to make that noise. Right. I know, I mean, I respect it, you know what I mean? Like I always say, I respect everyone and everything for all that they're doing, you know. Obviously, when they don't have ill intentions, and I feel like she did not have ill intentions, but that is just so crazy. I don't know anything ever, like I said, the only thing that could have happened that maybe there was any sort of, like, spirits involved were, was the Ouija board. But do you guys, be honest, be real, do you guys believe in Ouija boards? Do you think they're real? Do you think that they are actually happening and whatever's going on is it's you know what I mean? Do you understand what I'm saying? Hopefully you're picking up what I'm putting down. Or do you think it's just a load of shit and people are just doing whatever and wherever? Sorry, I'm sort of still on this article because I'm curious about where his father is. He said later on in the series, oh, Jeffrey Dahmer was murdered in jail. I didn't know that. Wait, was he murdered in jail? He made her stop. Yeah, I mean, if any sort of creepy stuff is happening, then yeah, I would be glad to. Bears are real? Okay, well, bears is definitely just not what I was referring to, but I also think bears are real. I've seen bears. Nothing ever really happened. Would ride around other tell parents. Oh wait. His father says, I really want to tell parents about what I think they should look for in rearing their children. One of the things I'd like to tell parents is don't disregard shyness, talk deeply and intensely. So I guess it's, I don't know. I don't know if it's because, wait, what? Oh, but I just am so indifferent if Ouija boards are real. I'm so indifferent if Ouija boards are real. No, not the time limit on TikTok. No! No! I'm gonna end the TikTok live for a little bit. BRB, people. I had to end it for a little bit. Because I don't want my phone to explode. I don't want my phone exploding. You know that thing where it's like the cow outside? Cow out in the yard? Yeah. Cow outside. Into zombies? Yeah, I saw that. I saw that on Snapchat today, actually. That was a Snapchat article. Malicious this dark web is. Yeah, and that's so weird that you mentioned that because the only really like recollection or whatever I know of the dark web is that Shane Dawson, didn't he make a video on it? That's what I was trying to get to. We were talking about Shane earlier, and then that's what I was trying to make the connection to, is that Shane also had done that, I'm pretty sure. Or like try to get on it. I don't know. I don't really know. But yeah, so his dad had told him that like there's like this certain science experiment with frogs that like they poured acid into the, like they like did some sort of lobotomy on the frog and the frog was still able to feel. So he tried to do that on some of the people. I'm hella scared now. We'll wrap up the creepy talk in a few minutes and then we'll try and bring it, we'll try to bring it back around. Like the last like 30 minutes. We'll bring it back around, happiness, so we're not like getting off live, feeling really creepy. You know what I'm saying? Except for I just want to know what they have on there. But why wouldn't it be real? I agree. Like, why wouldn't it? But also, did Shane Dawson get onto it? I remember he made a video about it. I just don't really. Oh wait, how I said how I said about using it for publicity, or like would he use it for publicity? His dad revealed that he wanted to use the tragic situation to not only share his story but help raise awareness and possibly help create treatment options for those who experience similar thoughts as his son before it's too late. But the thing is like not to be like what were his thoughts, but like what were his thoughts? You know what I mean? Like all we know is the shit that he did. Ah! What? DJ, what the? Filtering people out, what? I feel like I forget a lot about the dark web. Like I forget like all like I feel like I also get the dark web and the black market mixed up. Or black market, is that what it is? Is that what it's called? I don't know. Oh, yeah, because then the two victims' families sued him for like using their names or likeliness. In the series, though, which I don't know if it's true, but he said that he just wanted to get the electric chair. He was like, I just want to get the electric chair. He was like, which is also so crazy, like how he was like, I just want the electric chair. I just want the electric chair. Like, what? I don't know, that was weird to me. So like that made me think like he had to know what he was doing was wrong. Like filtering out people who truly want access, or is it just the people who are just curious? I think it's filtering out. I feel like with stuff like that, you kind of need to be invited. You know what I mean? So I ran away. What the heck? That's like not funny, but I think it's funny that how you said the story. Like we stumbled upon it, and I thought everyone had saw, and you're like, well, I pretended I saw. I would probably, like, that is still really creepy, though. What happened after that? Oh my gosh, wait. His brain was donated. His mother donated his brain. After his remains were cremated, she believed that it would be helpful to see if there were any biological factors. Oh my god, wait. And wanted his son's brain to be... Oh wait, what? Disagreed and wanted his son's brain to be cremated because it was what his son requested. No, they cremated it. Not to be like, no, they cremated it, but I sort of agree with the mom that they should have not cremated it to figure out like any biological factors. What do you guys think? Do you think they should have cremated it and since that was what he had wanted, or do you think they should have studied it? And it was probably 10 minutes. Our group wanted to play hide and seek. No, we're about to start. No, you can't play. That story, the amount of ups and downs I just went through reading that story, because as soon as you said play hide and seek and it was like dark, I was like, okay, no, this is gonna go somewhere bad. And then I saw you said, and then you all said no, and I was like, okay. And then you said later, that's so scary and creepy and crazy. What? How do you guys, like, okay, and obviously, like, that's not, like, a brag, like, that's not something you could brag, like, I don't know, it's not, like, a bragging thing, but, like, I've never had anything creepy or scary, like, I don't think anything like that has happened to me. I don't think I've ever, I don't know. Maybe just me, I don't know. Are you for real right now? Are you for real? I feel like you could be lying to me right now. I feel like you're lying. I feel like you're lying. But also, what was I gonna say? I didn't know Evan Peters I didn't know Evan Peters was in American Horror Story. Is he like the main character in it? Or what? Anyways, he's a good actor. Okay, I'm done looking up all that stuff. Sorry, I've been on like a research fix on like a kick, I should say, of like researching all those creepy stories. No proof. Wait, no proof of what? Wait, so I'm confused. So was it like fake painted? Like how did it look real that the girls were crying? You know what I mean? Like you said, it turned out he was faking it, but how were they able to be crying like that? You know what I mean? Like, or not how are they able to be crying? Obviously it's traumatic for them, but I'm just saying, like, how did you find out it was fake? Like I feel like I need a little bit more context. I need a little bit more context here, I'm feeling. So was he a part of your group? Like, was he in your friend group and he just did that? That's even more fucked up. If he's like, I was thinking it was just some stranger that just ran up and did that. You know, that was maybe in like a different campsite and did that. My hair is still wet from earlier. I think I decided I'm gonna shampoo my hair maybe three or two times a week. I feel like my hair looks too greasy. I feel like it's not adapted. I feel like it's not, sorry, that's so random and not on topic of scary things or anything, but my hair is not adapted. I feel like look how oily it is. I feel like it looks so much darker. So I might shampoo it tomorrow. Staircase in the forest. I feel like I might have heard of that before. I don't know. I feel like I've heard of those before, but I also feel like I don't know. I don't really know. I truly just don't know. Like I've said before, whenever you say like you hear those stories, it's not like, guys, it's not like truly what like low key is like mind fucking. Is like you can hear these stories and like it's sort of like, not to like compare it to like any sort of religion stuff, but it's sort of like with Virgin Mary. Like no one else, like have you ever seen those TikToks where like people are like Virgin Mary was the only one that could do it because she could have easily been like, oh no, like I'm a virgin and you know, and I'm pregnant and like lied. You know what I mean? I've seen TikToks where they're like, this girl just lied so she didn't get in trouble. Like, have you ever thought of stuff like that? Like, these people that are doing, like, or not even, like, doing the crazy stuff, like, you know, the like, where the girl thinks that, like, she's being possessed or whatever, like, those crazy stuff. But it's, like, just seeing stuff in the woods or, like, seeing a ghost and, like, coming up with the first thing ever. Like, you are the only person that can do that. And if anyone tries, I mean, I guess if anyone tries to disagree with you, then, you know, they're just like, I guess, then they'll think you're crazy, you know? How to inspire it. Yes, like what made you, even though like you, so hypothetically, let's just like come up with this story. This girl saw this girl was just walking in the woods and somehow thought like, that'd be funny if there was a staircase just down here. And then she went and told people that and just like ran with it. Like, what made you want to do that? Or like, did you see something that sort of looked like a staircase that like you thought was a staircase? Or like, you know, it just, like, what? Explain what happened. The crazy part was, I mean, I feel like it's not, I guess it's not too crazy because it's sort of traumatizing, like, thinking that you just saw something like that in the woods. That's sort of scary. Okay, hold on. I'm going back live on TikTok. Sorry, my bad. My bad, guys. But I agree. It's like there's always some truth to a joke. There's always like you definitely just made that up for some reason, and I want to know why. Or like you definitely, like what, like is it just, what if it's purely out of a like I was just bored and like they're just fucking running with it. You know what I mean? Like there has to be someone out there that's like I was just bored and I just fucking ran with it. Nobody blames them for crying. Right, good. I would be sobbing too. But do you guys get what I'm saying? Like with stuff like that, like they literally, best seller of all time. That's what I'm saying. Like they, like these like crazy stories that you hear, or like even like stuff with like Slender Man or like other stuff. It's like, where did you get that idea from? Or like where did you, or like any like mythical tale, or like you know, staircase in the forest things, like where did you get that idea from? Where did you think that, where did you think of that? You know, if you did not actually see it, where did you get it from? And if you did just make it up, why? Have to be in the physical realm. But don't you sometimes, I feel like I see in like movies sometimes where like a ghost is touching someone and like they don't know. You know what I mean? Bro, the time limit reached again. Did I not fucking turn it off? Hey, sorry, my time limit hit. Is the connection okay on here? No, I'm not writing a story like that about a boy in the forest. I'm not doing that. That's not my story to tell. Hey, TikTok. Hey, Vonnie on TikTok. That's not my story to be telling people. That you can tell that story. But like I'm saying, are these people making up those stories? Like the staircase in the woods that takes you to a mythical place, is that real? Alright, but how do you know? But like, I guess it has to, I guess if a ghost does attack you, it has to be in the physical realm, because if you're being affected by it. But what if like, but if a ghost is real, then I feel like anything is possible at that point, so it could be in both realms. You know what I mean? The man in me wants to be your toxic BF. Oh, okay. I don't know how I should reply. I don't know how I should take that. I don't know how I should. What should I? We will truly. But that's why I'm saying is, whenever I just saw the article, whenever the mom said that she wanted to donate his brain to science, why wouldn't they? You know what I mean? Like, why would you not? Compliment? Well, thank you. I'm so glad you want to be my toxic boyfriend, I guess. I just don't, like... I don't, like, why, or anytime in any situation, like, are they allowed to, I guess? Like, are they allowed to be like, sorry, like, we are not cremating the brain because we need to study it? Are they allowed to just say that? You know what I mean? Yeah, like, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they donate his brain? Apply logistical science to that situation. But there's no logistical science to ghosts. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, if you're saying there's ghosts here, then then all logistical science that is, like, ever studied practically right now, maybe, I don't know, is already out the window, you know? Yeah, get it? Yeah, understanding? Yeah, picking up what I'm putting down? But, like, are they allowed to be like, sorry, like, we have to take his brain? Or are they, like, sometimes, like, okay, what do you guys want to do with it? Right. Or even, like, it just in the sense of, like, giving people answers, you know what I mean? Like, it's giving, like, his family answers. It's giving, like, it's giving other families answers. It's just, like, and like you said, stopped anything, you know, if there's any of the signs, then maybe we know what to do and, like, how to treat it then, you know, like, rather than just, like, locking them up, you know what I mean? Like, just locking them up in, like, that's just how they live their life, like, maybe some sort of treatment or something. I don't know. I don't really know. It's all just, man, and, like, also imagine being the person studying that. You know what I mean? Imagine being the person studying his brain. Like, that would be a lot of responsibility. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be really smart, or, like, just be, like, you're probably, like, the top of the top if you're studying, like, someone's, like, that brain. That's so crazy. Right. But, like, how do you even study brain? Right? I agree. Like, what are you doing? I guess it's more so it was the biological point of it. Like, if there could have been something, a chemical imbalance, something, I don't know. I don't really know much other things about the brain, but if you get what I'm saying in that sense, rather than, like, the emotional and, but I guess, I don't know. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they do study brains, so there is, like, I just don't know how they do it. I just don't know how they're studying the brains. What was I gonna say though? How are you? But I just wonder though, like, do you think that, like, it's, like, really just so mind-boggling to me. Like I said, like, you're at that point, like, you're in prison, and you're literally just sitting there, and, like, you are still, like, I just did it because I wanted to. You know what I mean? Like, he's just, like, I just don't know. I just felt like I should, like, there was seriously nothing, like, just because you felt like it. Like, that's just what's crazy. They're definitely right. But, like, even when he was alive, why wouldn't anyone at the time be like, listen, we have to study you, and be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I understand, like, throw that man in prison and in jail, wherever, and whatever, and have whatever sort of punishments. But, like, and this again goes along with, I guess, anyone that does anything crazy. Why are you not running any studies? You know what I mean? Why are you not automatically, like, you know, like how I said, like, if you plead insanity, then, like, you are just sent to a mental hospital instead. Why isn't it both? You know what I mean? Like, why can't they, you know, am I making any sense? Like, why are you still not studying the person and trying to find out what's wrong rather than just fucking throwing them in jail? Or to see if there's anything wrong. Like, even though you don't think they're insane, it's like, okay, then I didn't even know that he tried. He tried to plead insanity, but he didn't even want to. He was like, I just know that I'm not insane. Like, okay. Okay. That's great to know. That's great. That he just, whatever, I don't know. But, why are we not just studying the people? Why are we not just saying, hey, what's wrong with this person? Talk about it. I don't know. I just don't know. He didn't plead insanity, so they... Well, he did, but they denied it. So that's have the right to study him. I think he did plead insanity, but they denied it. So I don't know as to what happens. Right, but I'm just saying, and I understand like how he said it was Jeff's wishes that it just got cremated with him, but like, I don't know. But isn't that also weird to think, like, I'm sitting there saying, like, why didn't we study his brain, or why didn't we study, like, for example, like, for him, for example, like, how he was, like, why did we, he's like, why did we, hello? I'm like, why did he do this? All this stuff, when he's blatantly saying it, but just no one's believing it. You know what I mean? Or, like, not no one's believing it, but it's sort of just, like, that, it's like, really, like, you literally only just did that because you wanted to, you know what I mean? Like, he kind of basically did just tell everyone, but everyone's just like, okay, there's no way. You know what I mean? Hopefully that makes sense. My iPad just died. My iPad, it died. It's dead. It's dead. I'm going to go plug it in, but we're going to come back and we're going to lighten up the conversation a bit. So if you have any final scary stories or scary topics you want to talk about, please bring them up, or you'll have to save them for the next live, because we're going to lighten it up a bit and chat about more just fun and lighter stuff before I hop off. Like I said, for the last 30 minutes, I want to just make it lighter. So like when people are hopping off, it's not as scary. Or even if it is like scary stuff, make it a bit more lighter, joyful stuff. Like I always said, like fucking someone said the bathroom stall was haunted. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. So I'm going to go plug this in my room real quick. Just because having it sitting here dead is just not the best thing. So I'm going to plug it in. I'll literally be 2 seconds. BRB! Okay, I'm starting to get the EBGBs. I walked out and all the lights were off and like everything, and I was just like, I feel weird. I feel weird. Ouch, I got a cut on my hand. Everyone's gonna ask those questions, but we all want legit. Right. His answer is literally just like, I just did it, like, and it's weird, and maybe it's just the way that Evan Peters is portraying him, maybe, I don't know, but it's literally, like, he literally just doesn't give a fuck. Like, he's literally just like, I don't know, I just felt like it. Like, what? How do you ever just... Sometimes he does. Right. Right, and sometimes, and I guess, like, it's that, like, some people chase what they say, like, is that, like, high feeling, you know what I mean? That, like, you feel like you're, like, whether it's, like, that fear feeling, like, any of those feelings that you just mentioned, people will chase one of those feelings, whether it's, even if it's fear, like, if it is, like, someone that is, like, doing all this crazy stuff to others, and they're like, I just get this this crazy feeling from, like, oh my God, I did something bad, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. My preference of getting high is just hitting my pen. That's just that. I like to not do, don't do weird stuff. But, like, I think that's a big part of it, too. As to, like, a lot of the reasons why people end up doing stuff that people, like, are insane. Or, like, if they do, I don't know how many people out there plead insanity and, they know that they're not, whatever. But it's maybe that's just it. They're just chasing a feeling that, like, or, like, I guess maybe, like, serial people, like, do stuff, like, so consistently. Is they're just, like, I guess, like, sort of chasing a feeling that's, like, I don't know. I don't really know. I just don't know how. Don't know. Gonna be me. But anyways, to lighten the mood a little bit, maybe just for more spookiness-ish. But stuff that just isn't, actual crazy people or actual scary stories of other people. Like I said about the bathroom being haunted, there was also, this is, like, really weird, but there was this, like, school, so I feel like a lot of school districts had this, that, like, they would have some tea? Oh, damn. Okay, hold on. I'm going to explain this real quick. So there was this school that, like, they would send the kids to, like, if they were bad or, like, were getting, like, expelled and, like, whatever. Like, if they had, like, had some sort of punishment and they would just be sent to the school. For the longest time, I thought this place was, like, a rundown, abandoned place. And, like, every time I would drive to school, I'd be like, oh, my God, that place is so scary. It turns out it was the school that they were sending those kids to. And I understand, like, okay, like, maybe they deserve, like, they're like, oh, they deserve harsher treatment. But it's like, damn, that place looked so scary. Like, that did not look like a school. It looked so scary and creepy and, like, not like vibes. Not like any vibes at all. And I, like, literally whenever, like, I was talking to my friend, and she, like, mentioned the school, and I was like, wait, where is it? And she was like, literally, we drive past it every day. And I was like, that's it? So, I don't know. Turns out the place I thought was a creepy place was a school. So the girl I work added a few of our friends added them on Snapchat, are you saying? Or, like, on Instagram, or what? She told us that he just randomly texted her. Wait, hold on. So the girl at work added a few of our friends, and one of them has been talking to her, but today she told us. So does he ever act flirty with her or ever say anything flirty with him? I don't know. That is, like, pretty weird. I don't know, like, anyone that would just, like, do that. That's, like, I don't know. That's, like, kind of, like, why would you just, like, I don't know. Like, why would you just say, like, you're pretty ugly? Like, our school's pretty new. My elementary school was super old. So, like, anything we heard was haunted, it was automatically believable because my elementary school was super, super old. And, like, there was, like, always people saying, like, oh, like, it was built on, like, haunted grounds or, like, stuff to just make it more creepy. That probably was never true. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't think there was never, like, a creepy, I'd never been in there, so I don't know if it was, like, genuinely a creepy school or, like, anything was ever, like, pretty weird about it. But, like, just driving past it every day, I was like, oh, that's a pretty creepy place. And then like, Lola was, like, I think it was literally Lola. That was, like, the girl, that's the school that they send kids to that are bad. I don't know. I think he could have been, like, testing the waters, though. I think he could have been... Yeah, it's just really weird. and like out of context, and but then the fact that he says, but for real, you're really pretty, that's like, okay, I feel like he was flirting. Who is his girlfriend in the friend group? Fucking tell her. Tell her, I think. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Maybe, like, I think he was probably just, like, testing the waters. And then since all she said was thanks, he just said, pretty ugly. Well, I don't know, but why would you say that? Like, I feel like that's not even a funny joke. Like, I feel like it's just, like, okay. Like, I feel like that's such an old and, like, dead joke. And it's, like, okay. Okay. Let's relax, you know? She lives out of state. Oh, no. That's, like, not good. That's not good. A man's is definitely gonna cheat, I feel like. I'm sorry, but, like, I just, like, don't trust like, I don't know, as much as I would love to say that, like, I would be able to trust a significant other in a long-distance relationship, and I feel like some people can make it work. Some people really can make it work, and I believe that, but, like, it's just so hard. Mostly, like, if, like, you guys are very much, like, attached at the hip at the beginning, like, usually, and then you're, like, long distance, or, like, if you've always been long distance, I feel like that could be kind of hard because it's, like, you might feel less attached to that person or less connected to that person. I overanalyze things. I do too. Do not worry. Me and my friends, I overanalyze everything. Like, sometimes whenever my friends and I are talking about guys and, like, say, like, if one of my friends had, like, just met a guy and I'm, like, saying, or, like, even me, like, if I'm, like, oh, like, mentioning anything about, like, dating and, like, it'll be, like, we just met the person. And I'm, like, okay, but I am, like, looking at it, like, I think that this person's also thinking about this, and I'm thinking of all scenarios possible. I'm worried about everything. I'm worried about, like, is he trying to cheat? What's he trying to do? Like, what's going on? Why is this happening? What is, you know, how'd they grow up? I'll be like, how'd you grow up that is making you act like this? You know? Do you think people that cheat, is that like a grow up, how you grew up type thing? I feel like that totally could possibly be. Like, cheaters are because they just, I don't know, maybe raised by a cheater? I don't know. I don't really know. But, do you guys think once a cheater, always a cheater? Because I've been, like, thinking about that a lot. Like, I've literally no reason to be thinking about it, but, like, I've just been kind of thinking about it, and I'm like, once a cheater, always a cheater. Like, I just don't know, because I feel like I've seen, like, scenarios where people just, like, they truly never cheat again, but then it's also, like, how do you know? But then it's also, like, well, maybe they did just not cheat. Like, I feel like, I don't know. Any proof? Do you say to your friend? Yeah, that's always, like, really weird. That's why, like, whenever, like, if I'm ever, like, that's why when people ask, like, what would you do if you caught your friend cheating on their significant other, I would be like, listen, like, you have to tell your girlfriend. So maybe you could even say that. Like, you could just be like, hey, like, she told me you said this. Like, what was this all about? And then if he says, like, he was trying to slide, be like, hey, like, listen, like, you kind of have to, like, not do that, or, like, tell your girlfriend that you're doing that, or else I, like, kind of do, like, a sly threat where it's like, listen, like, I'm going to give you a week or two to tell her, and if you don't, then I'm going to tell her because you can't do that. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Because it's like you're kind of stepping in, and it's like, hey, that's not right. That's not too good. That's not right. But also, like, I'm going to do something about it if you don't. You know? It's like giving them the option. It's like, listen. And also, you're kind of just like, hey, what was that about? Even if you just, like, do it, like, a nice approach. It's like, hey, like, I heard you said this. Like, what? Like, what? Why? And then he explains, and then you're like, okay, well, I'm going to tell your girlfriend, If you don't, I feel like she should know. But that's like always like, I don't know. And I feel like one of those things, like it is awkward confronting a friend or like being stern with a friend like that, because like I hate confrontation too, you know what I mean? Like in that sort of sense, mostly when it's someone that like you're super close with, because it's like you never really have to have conversations like that, but it's like, listen, like it's like a known thing. You know, we don't fuck with cheaters. This is the first. Yeah, I agree. It's definitely not like, but if there was ever a situation where it's like, okay, that's cheating, then like be like, hey, listen, what was that about? You gotta do something. You gotta tell her or do something about this, or else I will. You know what I mean? And like give them a few days, because it's like, hey, like you know, give them like a timeline, and maybe like say that like if you text it to them, like screenshot it, so maybe like when you are telling, if you do have to tell a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever situation you're in, and they're like, oh, why didn't you tell me sooner? It's like, well, here's proof. I gave them the option. You know what I mean? Like I said, hey, like this is what you can and can't do, and they just didn't want to do that. You know what I mean? I don't know. I would be so like, I don't know how I could never cheat on someone. Like that's why like I can't even think of in the situation like once a cheater always a cheater, because I would never. I just could not ever cheat. Like, I feel like I would just, like, I have such a guilty conscience. That's what my thing is. Actually happening. I wouldn't stress too much about it, because, like you said, it's a first odd occurrence. It's, you know, it's just happened. It's nothing, you know, and it's also not like, it's, like, the first time. And like it's not like he like fully had, like, I don't know, because then that also begs the question, is flirting cheating? Like, is flirting like that cheating? And I personally, in my situation, I would, but that's like why I always feel like nowadays with relationships, like you really have to set like not boundaries, but you really have to like establish what everything means to each other, because then if anything happens in the moment, then it sort of seems like it's like, oh, well, you're just saying that. You know, I don't know if that makes sense. But don't stress out too much about it. I feel like everything will just be fine. You know, I feel like it's like nothing to be that stressed out about. Like, not to be like that person, but it's also not your situation. Like, it's like it just happened. All he said was you're pretty, and like, I don't know. And also, I feel like some people, mostly when you're close friends with people and they're like, listen, I didn't tell you this for a little bit because I was a bit uncomfortable or I didn't know what to do, people are usually more understanding. Like, you know, it's like, I kind of can understand why you didn't tell me this sooner. It's all cheating, but who cares? Yeah, like, I think that, like, flirting is cheating. Like, I don't mean to be that person. No, I do mean to be that person. Like, fuck that. Sorry. Like, if you're flirting with another girl at a, like, party or something like that, like, why are you doing that? Now, maybe it'd be different if it's, like, you're flirting to get in somewhere, you know what I mean? If they're like, hey, I'm going to flirt with that guy and then we're going to get in. I'm like, okay, so slay. Like, go off. Go do that. But if it's, like, without me knowing, I'm a little bit like, hey, what are we doing? Until it is. Right. Like I said, you could like, I don't know. If it ever comes up, it's literally just like, I didn't know what to do. Like, I put in an awkward situation. Hopefully people understand. I don't know. I always get so uncomfortable in situations. Like, I don't know. I get what you mean, though. It's just so, like, you just don't know what to do. You're just like, did anyone else see that? Like, are we just going to ignore that? Or what are we going to do about that? What are we going to do about that? But like I asked, do you guys think once a cheater, always a cheater? Do you think that? I think maybe not. I don't know. I think that maybe it's just very situational. I feel like maybe it's just like not, sorry, I keep dropping this. It's like the plastic cap from yesterday. It was sitting on the table. Also, yesterday I was telling my mom about I was telling her about how it went right after the live, because she got home like just as the live had ended, and I was like, hello? And she was like, at least your nails were pretty. And I was like, wow, thanks. She was like, at least your nails were pretty while you were showing them. And I was like, thanks, Mom. I'm so happy I got them done. And they're so slay. Everyone normalize getting your nails done. Let's all get our nails done together for Halloween. That's what I should have did. That's what I should have did for one of the lives. Let's get our nails done together. And I just bring my live setup in with me. Do you think they would have let me? I feel like this dip polish is really staying though. Like maybe just because I haven't had dip in forever, but like I really just feel like it's gonna be staying. It's staying on there. Maybe I'm also just manifesting it. I mean both. I mean like if someone says to you they've cheated before, do you think they're gonna cheat again? And also like, yeah, I mean I guess both. Yeah, I agree. And I think here's my take, sort of. I think that, like, if you cheat on someone, you can't, or, like, if you say, like, you have a new significant other, and you're like, hey, I've cheated before, and they start to get a little bit, like, suspicious, or, like, don't trust you as easily, I feel like that's very, like, very okay of them, you know what I mean? Like, you can't get mad at them. You can't be like, oh, you don't trust me. It's like, well, you don't have the best track record. You know what I mean? Like, and like, I understand relationship is on trust, but I do understand also that, like, that can make you a bit unsure of what to do. You know what I'm saying? I would probably, I don't know, if I was like on a date with someone who's like, I've cheated before, I feel like I would just be a bit weary because, you know, sometimes those red flags be looking green. It would be dependent. Like, if Luke Hemmings was like, I've cheated before, I'd be like, well, I don't care. To have the thought of cheating in their mind. What, like, how, like, you wouldn't blame the other significant other for like worrying about the other person? Is that what you're talking about? Or like you don't blame them for thinking about cheating? Are you a cheating apologist? Are you defending cheaters right now? Are you defending all cheaters in the world right now? That's just like so, I don't know. And also whenever I think about like people like cheating, I just am like, I understand how the person who got cheated on feels like, because I've seen like celebrities and they talk about it, they're like, I feel so humiliated. I would be like, damn, fuck that person. Like, what the fuck? Why the fuck would you do that? That's so stupid. Fuck you that you did that to what we had. You fucking lost something so good. Fuck you. So you wouldn't blame the people for doubting the relationship because of past. I agree. Yeah, like, and I feel like you can't, yeah, like, and obviously over time, maybe you should build that trust. Like, maybe if you're dating for, like, 5 years and you're still bringing up the cheating from, like, 6 years ago, then maybe it's like, okay, like, relax a little bit, you know, like, you should be able to trust them at this point. It's been a while, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense. But it's like, hey, it's been a while, like, maybe you should start, like, I feel like over time, you should hopefully start to trust them more, you know? And they should be able to, like, work with you with that, you know what I mean? They should be able to be like, hey, like, you know, I understand what I did, it was fucked. But I'm better. I've changed. This is real. This is me. Sorry. I don't know. I just don't know why. I just thought about that. But then, like, also, back to long distance relationship, I just don't know how people do that. Like, honestly, I just don't know how people do that. I think, like, I would, like, for me, long distance would be, like, an hour. Like, I don't know how, like, if someone, like, say, like, if I was dating someone in Pennsylvania, that's also why, like, my senior year of high school, I was like, listen, I don't want to get involved with anyone anymore because, like, I literally, like, like everyone's moving, everyone's like, you know, like there's just no point because like I said, like an hour is literally like that's already far enough for me. Like I cannot imagine, like it's like even hard like having friends that are like long distance, like how most of my friends like live in fucking different areas and stuff like that. That's already fucking hard enough. You know what I mean? Me when I convince everyone to move to Florida. That's my plan of it all. Everyone moves to Florida. And then Florida sinks. I think Florida almost sank. I'm like scared though if Florida will actually sink. Does anyone think that'll actually happen? In our lifetime? In our lifetime? Sorry, now I'm just bouncing around different things. You know what? Fuck it, we ball. Hold on. So do I think that people date bad people then eventually? I think that, I don't really think that, like, there's ever a... I don't think that there's, like, I always go very back and forth, and I guess this, like, puts it on a more broad perspective. But I don't think that there's ever, like, anything solely written in the stars that's, like, this is gonna happen because of, like, how in control you are. So I don't think that people purposefully end up dating a bunch of bad people because they're too good, you know what I mean? Or, like, they're, like, they just can't find anyone good. That's what I mean. Sorry. I burped. Kind of like good guys finish last. I don't know. I really don't think that, like, I don't think that there's ever, like, when people say nice guys finish last or, like, anything like that, I don't really think it's, like, I mean, maybe. I just don't really, like, I sort of believe in that because it's, like, I feel like girls and guys both and everyone, I'm about to sneeze now. Oh my god, like every fucking thing that I could do right now is hitting me. I think that, like, I don't know if this makes sense. I think that everyone just dates, like, maybe they, you know, people do get attracted to toxic people, and maybe there is, like, a less thrilling thing about, like, nice guys, I guess. I don't know that, like, maybe girls are less attracted to, but I still don't really know if I fully believe that. Like, I just think that it's, like, we accept the love we think we deserve, right? I truly think that's what it is. I think it's, like, I think it's sort of something similar to that, and I don't know. I think it's something similar to that. I think that, yeah, I guess nice guys finish last, but I don't really think it's... I think of it in the fact of, like, okay, if this girl is going to go date a toxic guy for now and go do whatever, then you shouldn't be considering yourself finishing last because she is choosing someone else over you. Like, she is, like, you know, don't, like, it's not worth the time. Like, don't cry, don't stress about someone that if they ain't gonna appreciate for who you are. That's my point. Like, I always say, like, if you're like, I would have treated you so well, or I would have treated this person so well, then don't be stressing about them too much because they truly don't deserve you, I think. So, like, does that make any sense? Am I making any sense? And I do also believe, and I think maybe it's because since we are so young when we start dating as early as, like, elementary school, you know what I mean? And what are we taught in elementary school? That if guys or girls make fun of you, they like you, you know what I mean? So we're introduced to stuff like that at such an early age, and obviously that's just because of, like, growing up and changes in hormones and all that stuff, whatever. But, like, and it goes back to developmental stuff, like it goes to people with, like, daddy issues, mommy issues, like, genuine, like I know people joke about that, but, like, it's true. Like, like, and as much as we talk about, like, how Freud's theories were a bit, like, fucked up and weird, I think it's because of how he sexualized them, but it's like, that's how you were treated by, say, your father, by your mother, by whoever you were raised by. That's how you're treated, so you're used to that. Like, you're used to maybe say, like, if someone only replies to you or only gives you, not replies to you, yeah, sort of replies to you or gives you any sort of validation every so often, but then otherwise is like mean to you or ignores you, and it's like, but I know at some point I'm gonna get that positive reinforcement, so I'm gonna keep doing it because I know I'm gonna get that positive reinforcement, maybe because that's how it happened when you were growing up. Does that make sense? I saw a TikTok and she was talking about it like that the other day, and I hope that's what it makes sense. But like, ultimately the question was, does the nice guys finish last? I guess, but like, my best advice is that, like, technically you didn't, because they didn't deserve you, because you would have treated them well if you're a nice guy. You know? So you should not be wasting your time or worrying about them anyways. Yeah, like, it's what you're used to. It's what you've seen. It's what, like, it's... And then maybe once you get older, you realize, like, okay, that wasn't good, that was toxic, and then that's, like, whenever, as you get older, and as you start maturing more, like, as you're getting into the age maybe I am now, like, in your 20s and stuff like that, and you're like, okay, this is, like, more so serious stuff I'm looking for, I'm not, you know, or maybe you still are, like, finding that out, maybe it's, like, right, like, that's, like, true, that's, like, what it is, and it's, that's why I'm saying, like, if you are, like, growing up in a household maybe, like, where your parents are arguing all the time, you're gonna think that's normal, you know what I mean? You're gonna think that's, like, fine, and, like, all that stuff. I mean, like, a perfect example for me, and I know it's not, like, on how it's treated, but whenever I was growing up, my mom and my dad are the same age, so I grew up thinking that you date people your age, so that's why, like, whenever I hear something, even as, like, a 10-year age difference, and I know that, like, some people still are, like, weirded out by that, but, like, when I even heard of, like, a 5-year age difference whenever I was growing up, I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy, because I grew up my parents being the same age. I was like, okay, people that are the same age, they date, you stay aligned, you know, with your age range, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, no, I don't think so. I have a lot of friends and they grew up and their parents were, like, years apart and all that stuff. So I don't know, but I mean, I guess maybe a lot of people used to think that. I don't know. I thought maybe that was just me. But I do have a lot of friends, and they said that they always say that their parents are, like, different ages and all that. But yeah, like, you just subconsciously, you're just like, hey, that's what I deserve, or, like, that's what so I don't think, and, like, and it also is, like, everyone matures faster than others, so, like, there are, like, nicer guys or nicer girls sooner than we realize, because everyone matures and changes faster rates because of other experiences they go through. So, like, you just might be on the nice guy train a little bit early. Yeah, I agree, and it's like it's also fine to go back to maybe, like, it's just nice to go out and experience new things. That's, like, ultimately what it is. Just go out, experience new things, try new things, and I feel like it's like, don't just stay in your hometown and live your life there. You know, go out and expand, try new things, do new things. 3, maybe 4 years apart. Yeah, I feel like but even then, like, whenever I was growing up, like, when I was in 8th grade, my friend was dating someone a year older than us, and I was like, and then I ended up dating someone a year older than me, and then I ended up talking to someone a year younger than me. So, I don't know how that makes any sense. I agree. Definitely, like, 'cause, like, I feel like, 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 like, 'cause, like, I f this is the age, like, you're only young once, guys. You guys, like, this is, like, we're the youngest we're gonna ever be right now. This is the youngest we're gonna ever be, and we're, like, spending it doing whatever we're doing, and it's, like, you just gotta do it. You just gotta do whatever and live your life and experience all these things, because if you're, like you said, like, if you're stuck in, like, your normality and, like, your comfort zone, then how do you know that, like, that's your comfort zone, though? It's like with experimenting with anything, like trying new foods, trying living in a different area, trying a new schedule, like fucking showering at night instead of in the day, like just trying simple stuff like that. Like, you just don't know. You know, you just never know until you try literally anything. Right, like we're just so young, and we're only young once, and we like, and all like, we're just, I think the main thing is just like fear of making mistakes and anxiety and all that stuff. Whenever like, it just like, we are so young, and like, think about the mistakes we made whenever we were in middle school and high school. Like, we literally don't give a shit about that nowadays. So why do we let ourselves trip up about it now? Like, every single year I look back and I'm like, I like don't really remember that many like mistakes that I made, you know. Like, some of the mistakes that I considered big mistakes back then, I literally like don't like bat an eyelash over them anymore. So like, just fucking do it. Just fucking do it. Just do it. But trying new foods is a little hard for me, okay? You guys need to understand that. You need to understand that. Trying sushi. I do want to try sushi, though. Apparently the sushi that my brother and my mom eat is really good. So I need to try that. Maybe I'll try that on live. No one's ever old. But then, like, it's always just, like, life is also so short and so long at the same time that it's, like, you don't know what you're used to, or you don't know what you're comfortable with. You only know what you're used to. So just go and fucking try new things. Go do whatever. Do whatever your little beating heart desires. I'm going to end the TikTok live. If you're on TikTok live, I'm sorry. I'm ending it now. Goodbye. Sorry, I just tried to end the TikTok live a few minutes earlier because sometimes I accidentally let it sitting on, and not that I do anything weird, but like, I'll just be sitting here for a little bit and I'm like, oh wait, shit, this is still on. This is still on, so that's great. That's great. I want to try more foods than just chicken. Like I said, I need to try sushi. I need to make, if there's like any food you ever think I should try, just make a list. Let's all just make a list. I feel like one day I need to do like a sit down just trying something, like something and everything, and just. And I was literally about to say, but I'm so comfortable eating pasta. I'm so comfortable eating burgers and chicken and fries. And make connections, right? And who cares if like, who cares if you ever embarrass yourself? You know what I mean? If you ever do anything that's like, you're like, damn, like I got rejected, bro. Who fucking cares? Like, now you have a funny story. You know what I mean? Now you have like now you have a story that's like the high five story, where it's like, damn, I gave someone a high five. And it's like, good job. You know what I mean? You just have fun little experiences now, you know? Just gotta go out and do whatever and talk to whoever, wherever, whenever, however. Move to the different state. Guys, I'm like being so dead serious right now. Moving to Florida was the best thing I think ever, just because like, and even though I know I've said that I've made like very little friends down here, but like it's just so like, anyone that I meet, I'm like fucking whoever I want to be, you know? No! Obviously no one cares, and live your life, but obviously within boundaries and within a reason, please, guys, okay? I know I just gave you guys this whole spiel about fucking going and living your lives, but no cheating, no doing weird stuff, no making up creepy stories and freaking people out, okay? I thought I saw that movie. Well, it's almost midnight, guys, so I'm going to hop off. I'm going to go to sleep. I need to wake up, go to the gym tomorrow, and Me and my mom need to start our daily walks again. We've been slacking because of Hurricane Ian. And I need to watch Insidious. Is Insidious really scary? Because why the fuck would they make that a trivia movie to watch? Like, I have to watch it and no trivia on it? No thank you. No thank you. I might not watch it. Mostly if I have to pay for it. It's to live life right. Live your own life for you without downfall of others. My nails are so short. But, I don't know what we're going to do on Wednesday's Live. What should we do? I don't know what the spooky theme of it is going to be. It's pretty freaky. No. Fuck that then. I'm not watching that. No. I'm not going to watch that. I'm not going to watch that. I'm not going to watch that. We'll see what I have planned for Wednesday stream. I don't know if I'm going to do one of the plans, like, things that I have planned, or just maybe, like, a conversation topic. I know today sort of went back on the rails of serial killers, and I'm sorry about that, just because I was watching the Jeffrey Dahmer series, and, yeah, so we can do more spooky stories. I can, like, look up actual spooky stories and, like, read them, but I get, like, scared. I get, like, scared to, like, go and walk around my house after. I don't know. Yeah, I might watch some of Shane Dawson's old videos. I seriously might go do that. I don't know. I honestly might just watch Friends because I've just been like so freaked out by this entire conversation that I just need a nice little relaxing conversation and watch Hulk. I need to watch Hulk. I'm so fucked in the head. I literally was watching Friends and I was like, okay, after Friends I'll watch Hulk, and now I'm just fucking randomly picked up watching Dahmer. It's because the whole conversation we had Sunday night that intrigued me, or Saturday night.
When you run a small business, first never stop coming.
Get your ads off my fucking live. Okay, guys, I'm going to head off. I'll be live again on Wednesday at 8 o'clock-ish. I don't know the exact plan, so stay updated on my Instagram stories, Taylor Lang Live and Taylor_Lang. Go follow Taylor Lang Live because more live updates and more live polls and stuff like that are posted there as well. So if you want sort of a say in what is done on live, then go follow. Go follow there on TikTok and on Instagram. And as always, stay happy, stay healthy, stay hydrated, stay spooky, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. Sleep well, sweet dreams, and have an amazing day tomorrow, and have an amazing Wednesday. Make sure you have an amazing day. Just amazing day, best day ever. And come in here on Wednesday with some spooky stories and some of the best things you did that day. You know, just have fun. Just live your life to the fullest and not at the downfall of others. Don't be a weirdo. Don't be making up stories about things you see in the woods, and don't cheat on people. That's ultimately what we got from this live. All right, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Hopefully this conversation didn't freak anyone out too much. Watch something lighthearted or something you enjoy. Don't be too freaked out. Now it's nighttime. Okay. Peace out. I love you guys. I appreciate you all. For real. Thank you for chatting with me for the whole time. I love you guys. Okay. Peace out. Love you guys. Bye.